This broadcast on 106.3 ESPN Radio is brought to you locally by Peter Pan Market and Deli, Astoria Ford, Joe's Mobile, the Seaside Outlets, Northwest Lending Group, Classic Community College, Lucky Duct HVAC and Dryer Duct Cleaning, and North Coast Runners Supply. You're tuned in to ESPN Radio on 106.3.
Welcome to the road. The Fishermen traveling to Tillamook to take on the Cheesemakers tonight, and it is going to be an exciting one here at Doc Adams Field. A comfortable evening. We've got cloudy skies and 57, but some good news there. Some blue skies still floating around, and maybe just a light sprinkle earlier, but it looks like some pretty good weather. I'm Rob Kovacs, joined by Bob Wilkie. Bob, thanks for jumping on the road trip.
Thanks for going on the road with me.
Here we are at Cheesemakers Field, and Cheesemakers having a pretty good run so far. We'll take a look at the league standings and the Co-op League standings and all that fun stuff, and take a look at the scoreboard around the 4A for last week and this week. And we should probably start with the most obvious thing, I guess, and that is last week's scores. I know you had that somewhere saved that we can get to it. So last week around the 4A, some big scores and some good ones for the Fishermen, of course. They came in with a 35-0 victory over league opponent Gladstone Riverdale. What else happened in the Co-op League?
Well, our opponent tonight, Tillamook, had a big win against St. Helens, 54-7. Also in the Co-op League, Seaside battled Scappoose. Scappoose came out the victor, 35-21.
And that sets up at least the Co-op League before we get to the other scores in a situation where we are looking at, a pretty good standing for the Fishermen to start things off anyway.
We sure do.
Yeah, the Fishermen is sitting at, thought I had that sheet with me, but I guess I don't. So I'll let you jump to it. It's 1-1-1 there for Astoria, Scappoose, and Tillamook.
Yep, yeah, we had Tillamook is now number 3 OSA ranked in the state. Scappoose right behind him at number 4. Astoria with that win last week dropped him to number 15.
And that had a lot to do mostly with strength of opponent and the 1 through 14 strength of opponent and scores. No longer do they have the preseason rankings, so it's all based on who you play, and it's going to shuffle around based on numbers. And honestly, if you want to go to the OSA.org website, you can find it. You can actually go to the rankings tab and see what each game is weighted and how that mathematical formula works out. But we can get back to the scores. But that's the way the Tillamook Scappoose Astoria set up tied for first. A big game tonight here in Tillamook.
If somebody's going to lose tonight, somebody's going to win, and it'd be awesome for Astoria to do it on the road against Tillamook Senior Night.
Exactly.
They've got a lot of seniors this year, and I think it was 15, 16?
It's a large number. I think they announced, at least between football and cheer and some of the other sports, they announced 35 seniors at their senior night here already.
It's a busy one. Other scores from last week, Cascade beat Molalla 53-0. We had Estacada beating Staten 24-14. Crescent Valley beat Philomath 20-15. Sweet Home beat Marist Catholic 27-20. We had Junction City beating Cottage Grove 28-8. Then in Special District 4, we had North Bend beating Ashland 47-39. And we had Marshfield beating Mazama 49-6. And then here's another big one. Henley beating Hidden Valley 47-0. Then we had Special District 5. We've got Baker beating Pendleton 27-21. And LeGrand stomping Ontario 48-0. And then we had a close one, Woodburn beating the Dowls 28-21.
Again, that was last week's scores. We'll get run down a little bit more what's taking place this week. Of course, here tonight it is Tillamook and Astoria, as Astoria is traveling on the road to take on the Cheesemakers. And we'll take a look at what the scoreboard looks like tonight, at least who's on tap to play and how everything's lining up, and we'll do all of that. Take a quick timeout. We are nearing kickoff here on the road at Doc Adams Field in Tillamook. Cheesemakers under comfortable skies, light breeze, and right now just 57 with a little sunshine still peeking through here on ESPN 106.3. We'll take a quick timeout and come back for more right here as we bring you tonight's contest of Astoria High Fighting Fishermen football.
Are you currently in the market for a new car, truck, or SUV? Then look no further than Dane Gouge's Astoria Ford. With hundreds of makes and models to choose from, you're bound to find something you want, including the Ford F-150, best-selling truck in America 47 years running. Stop by Dane Gouge's Astoria Ford today and take a test drive and find that new vehicle you have always wanted. Whether you're buying, selling, or trading, you always get the best deal at Dane Gouge's Astoria Ford, 1809 Ensign Lane across from Costco Gas, or visit them online at AstoriaFord.net.
Seaside Outlets, over 100,000 square feet of savings and shopping. Great food for every member of your family. Featuring great names in retail like Nike, Eddie Bauer, Pendleton, Bath & Body Works, Rack Room Shoes, Rue 21, and Carter's. And it's all just a few blocks from the beach. Plus, there's no sales tax.
Seaside Outlets, 1111 North Roosevelt Highway 101 and 12th Avenue. Visit seasideoutlets.com.
Hi, I'm Renee, contractor and owner of Lucky Duck LLC. Since 2011, we've provided Clatsop and Pacific counties with professional HVAC duct cleaning and dryer vent system cleaning. Residential and commercial customers, call me 503-717-2231.
Lucky Duck with a T, LLC. Your HVAC contractors, Clatsop and Pacific counties. Residential and commercial, trained and professional technicians. Visit us online. Lucky Duck with a T, LLC.
Marathon season is just around the corner, so quit running errands and start running for fun with North Coast Runners in Astoria. Stop in for nutrition on the go, info on local running groups, recommendations on where to run on the North Coast, and of course, all the gear you need, including being your Lululemon destination on the coast. Whether you're in Seaside, Napa, Astoria, Warrenton, or anywhere in between, North Coast Runners supports student athletes with available discounts. Check out northcoastrunners.com for more. Lace up and don't stop.
Joe's Mobile in Astoria, the home of mobile synergy fuel and diesel. Also, last-minute groceries, snacks, cold beverages, hunting and fishing licenses, propane, firewood, and so much more. Pump your own fuel during overnight hours or get friendly full service during regular daytime hours. EBT and all credit and debit cards are accepted. Fuel and diesel, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
Get your mojo on at Joe's Mobile.
1701 Marine Drive in Astoria.
This is ESPN Radio.
Welcome back here to Tillamook. The Fishermen and Cheesemakers getting ready to go. Just about 20 minutes before kickoff here on senior night for the Cheesemakers, and the fans are filing in, and a little pink on the ribbons and strands as well. And I think a little Think Pink night taking place here tonight as well, as looks like we got a few of the cheerleading seniors sporting some pink and some sashes.
I saw a whole lot of people in pink in the band as well, Rob.
And, you know, one of the other scoreboards that we didn't mention tonight, so if you're recording it and not paying attention to what's going on with the Mariners tonight, you don't want to hear this score. I've given you plenty of opportunity to not listen to the fact it is a 1-0 ball game now in the top of the sixth, and it is the Mariners in the do-or-die game against the Tigers, leading this one 1-0. And elsewhere around the scores tonight, probably won't get any reported throughout tonight's game. A little slow at the USA.org site there. We've got to rely on fans to get those in other schools. So we do know who's playing, though. And, of course, in our Coapa League, as it's called, the 4A SD1 Special District 1 now, not necessarily the Coapa League. The friendly name we like to use is Coapa League, but got a couple other games taking place. They're also kicking off here in about 20 minutes or so. And
yeah, we've got St. Helens taking on Scappoose. That's a heck of a commute for that team. Then we got Seaside versus Gladstone Riverdale.
They just ride their bikes over, I think.
I think so. Special District 2's got Staten versus Malala at 7 o'clock. Special District 3, we've got Sweet Home versus Junction City, and Crescent Valley versus Marist Catholic. Bouncing down to Special District 4, we've got Henley versus North Bend, and then Ashland versus Marshfield, Hidden Valley versus Mazama. Then in Special District 5, we've got LeGrand taking on Baker, and the Dalles versus Ontario.
And at last look, at least this afternoon, when I grabbed it, your top 10 in the 4A. It starts at Henley, goes to North Bend, Philomath, Staten, Sweet Home, Estacada, Scappoose, Tillamook, Cascade, Marshfield. On the way up, Marshfield holding on to that number 1 spot at 5-0. And they are also the RPI and Collie ranked number 1 team. As a matter of fact, there's really not a lot of discrepancy till you get to about 4. Tillamook and Scappoose, a little bit of a switch around there, and Estacada gets a little messy, at least in those rankings. But as far as what the USAA is saying, that's your top 10 so far. Once again, the Fishermen sliding down. They had the 10 spot, but slid down 5 even after a victory. And basically, I think that just, like I said, has to do with all the mathematical factors that go into it. And I'm not an expert on them, but if you do want to check them out, OSA.org, you can actually get to that ranking page, that tab, as you check the teams. And you can kind of see where those ranks land, and then they add them up, they tally them up, you end up with a number, and if that number is higher or lower, you move up and down. And that's kind kind of how it works. It's,
And
it's mathematical and not a lot of opinion involved.
You and I have had a lot of opinion on it, but by the end of the season, you know what? It's usually pretty darn close.
You know what? You're perfectly right, Bob. It really, by the time you get to the end of the year, early, it's a little sketchy because you've got non-league teams playing non-league teams that they'll never see again or potentially probably never see again, at least within that year. And then you've got your regular league teams. And ultimately, that's one of those things that you can choose to do two different ways, right? You can choose to play easy non-league schedule to start the season, get yourself worked into the season, go in at 4-0, and you can be really high ranked and look really good. And people are like, oh, they're 4-0, they're scoring points, they're doing really well. And then all of a sudden you hit your league, and all of a sudden the other 3-4 teams in your league are, really good. And so all of a sudden now you're 4-4.
Right.
And your ranking doesn't necessarily plummet, but it does drop. And of course, earlier when they did the preseason rankings, sometimes that's why they dropped the preseason rankings. Sometimes those rankings then would not drop as far as they probably should to be more accurate. But over the last couple of years, we've seen that ranking system try to be fine-tuned to be more accurate and more efficient. And all in all, the last couple of years, I have to admit, watching the OSA rankings when we head to the state tournaments and we start seeing that, they're not that far off.
They're
really pretty close. Not far enough off to really complain. You're always going to have that one or two instances, especially when you're talking about non-league or different leagues or separated leagues. An instance last year comes in with softball when you've got St. Helens and Astoria ranked really high in softball, and 1 and 2, and of course it's got to be 1 and 2 in co-op league, and can they really be 1 and 2 in the state too?
And look where we ended up at the final.
1 and 2 in the state too, right?
Exactly.
But it's hard because then Astoria kind of gets dinged a little bit and gets knocked down a little farther into the rankings, based on. Well, are they really 1 and 2?
Yeah,
and so
they were
kinda,
two very good teams.
Very good teams. So you see some of that sometimes with football, where you can see 2 or 3 really good teams in a league having to play each other, and they can't be undefeated because it doesn't work that way.
It does not.
And so you might see that 2 or 3 team with a bad ranking, an unfair ranking necessarily, but really they are the 1, 2, 3, or maybe 1, 2, 5, or 1, 3, 5 teams in the state. And that ranking isn't 100% accurate, but it's close.
It's darn close.
It's pretty close.
Yep.
Tonight, the Cheesemakers and the Fishermen will try to play a close one, and that's exactly what Coach Rube wants to do. Get started, keep it close. Tillamook's got an explosive team. They put up some points. And as they head into tonight's game, we can take a look at their schedule already. 24-6 over Estacada, 35-21 over Marist Catholic. They won against LeGrand 33-26, fell to Cascade, a very good Cascade team, 35-7, and then took care of St. Helens 54-7. And they've had some points scored against them, and that is a positive if you're the Fishermen.
That's right.
They can, the defense has some holes, so it's a matter of trying to take advantage of those. The real problem is the 35, 33, 54, 24. They are scoring points. So the Astoria defense, while they played well last week, will have to dial it up this week and try to contain a very, very good Cheesemaker offense.
Very big team, too.
A very big team. As we were watching the pregame warm-ups, the Cheesemakers have a lot of size and a lot of numbers.
Yeah.
They've got good numbers, good size, and it's going to be a tough matchup. And I think Coach Rube talked a little bit about that in the coaches show. They know exactly what they're up against here. They're not coming into Tillamook with their chests puffed up after a couple of wins and, hey, look, we're pretty darn good. We can take care of this team. They know exactly what they're in for, and that is a very good team on the other side of the field for them.
Rube said you got to go said it in the pregame. You got to go up against the number 3 team at their house.
Yeah, exactly, and that's going to be tough.
Yeah, it
Fishermen opened with a couple of losses, but they are on a 3-game winning streak, and they've done really well in those last 3 games against the Dowells, Malala, Gladstone, Riverdale, only allowing 11 points in those 3 contests and blanking their last opponent, Gladstone, Riverdale, but it's that old cliche, and I hate to bring them out, but let's do it. Let's open the cupboard and dust it off.
Here it comes.
It's a 1-game season every week.
It sure is.
And that's exactly how the Astoria Fishermen need to treat this one. If they can come away with a big victory here, that puts them 2-0 in the league, in the Co-op League.
Yep.
It takes care of Tillamook in a tiebreaker or decision-making. There's 1 game in football. It's not 3 like you get basketball. It's not 2 or 3 like you get softball. This is a 1-game schedule every week, and the Fishermen need to treat it like that. And the Fishermen haven't had a lot of success in the last few years. They're finding some success here recently, and they need to learn how to win.
Yeah.
And learn how to take care of each week. Last week doesn't matter.
No, it does not.
It's great.
Yep.
It's fantastic. It's over.
They had a great homecoming.
They had a great homecoming. That was last week.
It sure was.
And now they are on to face a really tough team on the road at their house. And the Fishermen will have a uphill battle to climb, but it's one that I think they can climb.
It's not insurmountable.
No, if they can keep this one close, the defense we've seen wreck some plays.
Yep.
The offense can score some points, and if they can hang around and keep it close, maybe get a quick start, go up early, steal a possession here or there, take care of the ball.
Keep the penalties clean. Do not hold.
There is an opportunity for the Fishermen to try to make some noise here in Tillamook, and what a big noise it would make on a clear, comfortable evening. And we're going to let the teams come out onto the field. We're going to take a quick timeout. We'll continue to break things down and talk a little bit about what's in store for tonight as these two teams get ready to clash. It's a big one as the Fishermen and the Cheesemakers meet. 4-1, the Cheesemakers. The Fishermen come in 3-2. And we'll get ready for kickoff in a little less than 15 minutes right here on ESPN 106.3.
Hi, folks. These sports teams that we follow pride themselves on a long tradition of excellence. The same goes for the place you choose for your home loan. Northwest Lending Group is one of the longest continually operating mortgage lenders in Clatsop County. We've been here over 20 years. I invite you to give us a try. Let us show you how we've earned over 98% customer satisfaction rating. Find us at 1227 Commercial Street in Astoria by phone at 503-325-4116 or apply online at nwlendinggroup.com.
Northwest Lending Group is an equal housing lender. NMLS 1469420. ML28991.
Seaside Outlets, over 100,000 square feet of savings and shopping. Great food for every member of your family. Featuring great names in retail like Nike, Eddie Bauer, Pendleton, Bath & Body Works, Rack Room Shoes, Rue 21, and Carter's. And it's all just a few blocks from the beach. Plus, there's no sales tax.
Seaside Outlets, 1111 North Roosevelt Highway 101 and 12th Avenue. Visit seasideoutlets.com.
Be ready for your future with Clatsop Community College. Take college-level classes at CCC while still in high school and transfer them to a university when you're ready. Or take technical education classes to develop your skills to be prepared for in-demand jobs in the region. Clatsop Community College can help you be ready for your future. Contact the admissions office or check out clatsopcc.edu for more information on all the programs and transfer options available. Start here, go anywhere with Clatsop Community College.
Marathon season is just around the corner, so quit running errands and start running for fun with North Coast Runners in Astoria. Stop in for nutrition on the go, info on local running groups, recommendations on where to run on the North Coast, and of course, all the gear you need, including being your Lululemon destination on the coast. Whether you're in Seaside, Napa, Astoria, Warrenton, or anywhere in between, North Coast Runners supports student athletes with available discounts. Check out northcoastrunners.com for more. Lace up and don't stop.
The Peter Pan Market and Deli is the perfect place to gather for a quick snack and one of their signature sandwiches before the game. Enjoy covered outdoor seating or sit inside with beers and ciders on tap and wine by the glass. You can relax with friends before heading to the game. Make Peter Pan Market and Deli your morning stop too. Grab a coffee and a bagel or other breakfast treat before work. Order ahead at peterpan2go.com. Peter Pan Market and Deli, 712 Niagara Avenue, Astoria. Your local corner store and more.
You're listening to Astoria High School Sports on 106.3 ESPN Radio.
Welcome back to Tillamook. The Cheesemakers and the Fishermen getting ready to go in a big game tonight here at Doug Adams Field in Tillamook. A comfortable drive up here, and it looks like we've got a little change in the score in Major League Baseball tonight. Game 5, the Mariners and Tigers battling. And in the top of the 6th, something happened.
Yeah, it looks like Tigers went up. They put 2 on the scoreboard. They're leading now 2-1 against the Mariners.
All right, so there you have it. Mariners on the verge of elimination. They got a couple outs left to go. Once again, that is in the top of the 6th. We'll try to keep you apprised as we get through tonight's game as the Tillamook Cheesemakers break through the pink banner and make their way onto the very noisy field here. But once again, the big news coming in, the Mariners find themselves now down 2-1 against the Tigers. That series is tied at 2-2. The winner off to face the Toronto Blue Jays. So let's go Mariners. Try to get one back and see if you can't extend this at least a little farther for the Mariners as they try to get themselves a little deeper into the postseason than they've been in a while.
Yeah.
The Fishermen trying to get themselves deeper into the postseason for football, too, this season, and they have one league win already. They have a chance to try to get another one here tonight against a very tough Tillamook team. They'll close out their schedule against Seaside, Scappoose, and St. Helens. And a little different than years past, all three potentially gettable opponents.
They all are, yep. It's you and I were talking about it, that it's the first time we've seen the Fishermen with a winning record.
It is. They've struggled of late, but this season they put some things together, and they've got some of the younger kids advancing and helping, and the defense and offensive lines doing really good efforts, and young quarterback helping guide the team, and Gore tried to quarterback the last couple of years as a young player and had some success, not a ton. He's a natural wide receiver, and after watching him play wide receiver this year, it's obvious that's where he should have been. Unfortunately, the Fishermen just unable to come away with that great quarterback, but Shacker doing a great job this year, and when he gets the ball into the hands of Quinn Gore, Gore becomes a very dangerous weapon. We've seen him for a couple of years, basketball and in football, and there's no argument. He is an athletic kid.
Yep, he definitely has the ability.
And even as a quarterback, when he took off and ran, he was a danger to opponents. But you can't just snap the ball and expect your quarterback to run every time. This isn't Tecmo ball.
Exactly.
This is high school ball, and a lot tougher to do that in. So putting Gore out at wide receiver, we've seen a lot of jet sweeps. We've seen a lot of quick screen passes, and Gore is, for I guess a better lack of terms, very nifty when he's got the ball in his hands. He can make defenders miss and get out there and make some noise. So it's going to be an exciting one tonight here as we near kickoff. The Fishermen and the Tillamook Cheesemakers under the lights here, and it looks like we are getting set as they announce the Tillamook Cheesemakers onto the field. The Fishermen meet in the right end zone under the goal post, and we'll get no reception, I'm sure, from this crowd. A lot of Tillamook Cheesemakers here on this side. That's where we're set up close to the press box, and a few Fishermen on the opposite side. And next year we'll have to run a long extension cord across the field and sit over there with those guys. It's going to get noisy, I feel like, from the Tillamook Cheesemaker fans here. Of course, they're excited anyway. It is Think Pink Night. It is also senior night. They're celebrating over 35 seniors playing sports this season, not only for football, but cheer and a few other sports they announced earlier before kickoff here tonight. So first and foremost, of course, congratulations and thanks to all the seniors for both squads, Tillamook and Astoria, and any senior, any student athlete out there trying to give it their all and making memories and having fun playing sports and extracurricular activities. This is what high school is all about, and it's a lot of fun. And got to remember, it's just a game, and it's a lot of fun and a lot of those things too. So,
sure is.
Of course, we always cheer for sportsmanship, and it should be a fairly sportsman-like type game. You know, we've talked a little bit about it, or at least Coach Ruben Dane talked about it. There's kind of a friendly rivalry between Tillamook and Astoria as Kai Johnson has taken the reins here at the Tillamook Cheesemakers head coaching position, and he was Coach Ruben's former quarterback.
Exactly.
So it's really hard to get too chippy when you get two teams that at least can show some respect. And, of course, two head coaches that will show respect to each other. That most of the time trickles down. So we expect a good contest here tonight. Fishermen and Cheesemakers. We're going to duck away for another quick break. Get ready for the kickoff here tonight. Thanks for tuning in and catching Astoria High Fighting Fishermen on ESPN 106.3.
Hi, I'm Renee, contractor and owner of Lucky Duck LLC. Since 2011, we've provided Clatsop and Pacific counties with professional HVAC duct cleaning and dryer vent system cleaning. Residential and commercial customers, call me 503-717-2231.
Lucky Duck with a T, LLC. Your HVAC contractors. Clatsop and Pacific counties. Residential and commercial. Trained and professional technicians. Visit us online. Lucky Duck with a T, LLC.
Hi folks, these sports teams that we follow pride themselves on a long tradition of excellence. The same goes for the place you choose for your home loan. Northwest Lending Group is one of the longest continually operating mortgage lenders in Clatsop County. We've been here over 20 years. I invite you to give us a try. Let us show you how we've earned over 98% customer satisfaction rating. Find us at 1227 Commercial Street in Astoria, by phone at 503-325-4116, or apply online at nwlendinggroup.com.
Northwest Lending Group is an equal housing lender. NMLS 1469420, ML2891. Are you currently in the market for a new car, truck, or SUV? Then look no further than Dane Gouge's Astoria Ford. With hundreds of makes and models to choose from, you're bound to find something you want, including the Ford F-150, best-selling truck in America, 47 years running. Stop by Dane Gouge's Astoria Ford today and take a test drive and find that new vehicle you have always wanted. Whether you're buying, selling, or trading, you always get the best deal at Dane Gouge's Astoria Ford, 1809 Ensign Lane across from Costco Gas, or visit them online at AstoriaFord.net.
Be ready for your future with Clatsop Community College. Take college-level classes at CCC while still in high school and transfer them to a university when you're ready. Or take technical education classes to develop your skills to be prepared for in-demand jobs in the region. Clatsop Community College can help you be ready for your future. Contact the admissions office or check out clatsopcc.edu for more information on all the programs and transfer options available. Start here, go anywhere with Clatsop Community College.
Hungry? Thirsty? Craving something delicious? Get to the Peter Pan Market and Deli in Astoria. They've got your cravings covered, from fresh sandwiches and salads to gourmet coffee and snacks. The deli is stocked with hand-picked ingredients, ensuring the highest quality in every bite. Need groceries? You're covered there too, with a wide selection of necessities and locally sourced products. The Peter Pan Market and Deli at 712 Niagara Avenue in Astoria. Visit online at peterpantogo.com for online ordering options. Taste the difference at Peter Pan Market and Deli.
Joe's Mobile in Astoria, the home of Mobile Synergy Fuel and Diesel. Also, last-minute groceries, snacks, cold beverages, hunting and fishing licenses, propane, firewood, and so much more. Pump your own fuel during overnight hours or get friendly full service during regular daytime hours. EBT and all credit and debit cards are accepted. Fuel and Diesel, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
Get your mojo on at Joe's Mobile.
1701 Marine Drive in Astoria.
Is ESPN Radio on KKOR AM 1230 and 106.3 K2464BV, Astoria, Warrenton, Seaside. This is ESPN Radio.
Welcome back here to Doc Adams Field. The Fishermen and Tillamook Cheesemakers getting ready to go. The team captains make their way out to do the coin toss. Once again, a big thank you to both squads and the athletic staff and the folks here making us as comfortable as they can underneath the press box windows in the visiting teams section. So we're going to try to homer this as much as we can for the Fishermen, but don't be surprised if you don't hear the Cheesemakers screaming behind us. The coin toss is underway. The rest of the lights come on as all the announcements are made, and we are just a few short moments away from kickoff here at Doc Adams Field in Tillamook. Cheesemakers and Fishermen getting ready to roll. Astoria High fighting Fishermen on the road in a tough Quappa League battle tonight, a league game, and we'll have kickoff coming up in just about 2 minutes right here on ESPN 106.3.
Are you currently in the market for a new car, truck, or SUV? Then look no further than Dane Gouge's Astoria Ford. With hundreds of makes and models to choose from, you're bound to find something you want, including the Ford F-150, best-selling truck in America, 47 years running. Stop by Dane Gouge's Astoria Ford today and take a test drive and find that new vehicle you have always wanted. Whether you're buying, selling, or trading, you always get the best deal at Dane Gouge's Astoria Ford, 1809 Ensign Lane across from Costco Gas, or visit them online at AstoriaFord.net.
Marathon season is just around the corner, so quit running errands and start running for fun with North Coast Runners in Astoria. Stop in for nutrition on the go, info on local running groups, recommendations on where to run on the North Coast, and of course, all the gear you need, including being your Lululemon destination on the coast. Whether you're in Seaside, Napa, Astoria, Warrenton, or anywhere in between, North Coast Runners supports student athletes with available discounts. Check out northcoastrunners.com for more. Lace up and don't stop.
Hi folks, these sports teams that we follow pride themselves on a long tradition of excellence. The same goes for the place you choose for your home loan. Northwest Lending Group is one of the longest continually operating mortgage lenders in Clatsop County. We've been here over 20 years. I invite you to give us a try. Let us show you how we've earned over 98% customer satisfaction rating. Find us at 1227 Commercial Street in Astoria, by phone at 503-325-4116, or apply online at nwlendinggroup.com.
Northwest Lending Group is an equal housing lender. NMLS 1469420, ML2891.
Hi, I'm Renee, contractor and owner of Lucky Duck LLC. Since 2011, we've provided Clatsop and Pacific counties with professional HVAC duct cleaning and dryer vent system cleaning. Residential and commercial customers, call me 503-717-2231.
Lucky Duct with a T, LLC. Your HVAC contractors. Clatsop and Pacific counties. Residential and commercial. Trained and professional technicians. Visit us online. Lucky Duct with a T, LLC.
You're listening to Astoria High School Sports on 106.3 ESPN Radio.
Welcome back here to Doc Adams Field. The Fishermen and Cheesemakers underway, and it was a good return by the Cheesemakers as the Fishermen elected to defer. The Cheesemakers get the ball first, and a short kickoff taken at about the 25 gets returned all the way up across midfield to about the 45 as the Fishermen almost let him take it to the house.
Yeah.
Somebody grabbed him by the waist and swung him down, and the two return men were Boomer and Garcia, and I don't think either one of the two were able to get a hold of the ball as the Fishermen kicked it to the up men. And for the Cheesemakers, their quarterback, Herwin, will take the snap out of shotgun, sends a man in motion behind everybody. Going to hand off to their big back, and he's going to cut around the edge and pick up a good 11 yards. Tillamook, the senior, running back and defensive lineman. I did not stutter.
No, exactly, and he's big enough to do both.
He is big enough to do both. He's going to check off the field here. Big, strong kid, and he'll come off the field after getting close to the first down. They are going to move the chains. I thought it was a first down. It was right there at the sticks. And quarterback throws the out pattern out here. And a good job by Byros. The tackle for loss. They tried to swing out to the left on a quick hitter. And Byros does a great job coming up from his cornerback position and getting him for a 4-yard loss, it looks like, is where they're going to get the down marker. He swung him down, and the forward progress is just going to be a 4-yard loss, but swung him back an extra few yards.
Yeah.
Good job by the Fishermen there to respond immediately. These are the opportunities the Fishermen need to take advantage of. These second longs, try to turn it into a third and longer, third and difficult. And Cheesemaker's quarterback moves man in motion, fakes the handoff, looks to throw, getting a little pressure. And Bali comes through and hits him right in the ribs. What a great job by the Fishermen defensive end to come through. Adrian Bali, the senior, on senior night comes through and sticks it to the junior. He was launching to throw, and that one was overthrown because he was waiting for the punch to the guts there.
It came. That was a good hit.
That's exactly what the Fishermen needed on a second down. They turn it into a third and long and force the Cheesemakers to try to do something now from the 38-yard line. Good pressure by the Astoria defensive line. Will they be able to bring the pressure again on a third and long? From the shotgun, and 4 wide receivers spread out. Cheesemakers have it. They look, they throw the short pass. Good job coming up to make the tackle. Gore wraps him up. He doesn't go down, but it's going to be close to
another
short loss.
3-yard loss, 2-yard loss?
Well, I think they're going to give him some forward progress, Bob. He's going to be basically just no gain.
Yeah. It was deceptive there between that line of red there of the Tillamook players.
And they're going to go for it. They're going to line up to go for it. So they're going to send 3 receivers out to the right. Gore came up immediately on the quick hitter and cut him off. And the fact they're going for it here leads me to believe in that last possession they were just trying to get some positive yards and didn't get it. Rolling out to the right, got room, looking deep, got his receiver, beats the defender, and it is a long bomb touchdown for the Tillamook Cheesemakers. They hit. And there go the lights here at Doc Adams Field. Winterstein couldn't track the ball on defense, and it is a big touchdown for the Cheesemakers. A big bomb from the 38-yard line, a 38-yard touchdown will put the Cheesemakers on the board first. They strike early in this one. On a 4th and 14, they went for it all. Kick is up, and kick is good. Kicking duties handled by Gomez. Alfonso Escobar Gomez, the senior, gives them the extra point, and the Tillamook Cheesemakers take a 7-0 lead. Fishermen had what they wanted, and that is a 4th and long, and on the long bomb, Winterstein just lost track of the ball and getting in behind on the catch. I missed the catch.
Yeah, I did not.
The number on the far side of the field, unfortunately, but good catch, good throw, and Winterstein just unable to get up there and swat it away, and the Cheesemakers strike on a big 38-yard touchdown to open things up. A quick possession.
2 minutes and 7 seconds.
9:53 on the clock, and the Fishermen will now set up to return. Returning for the Fishermen is Dominic Cruz. And on the far side, I believe that is Byros over there, number 6.
Gomez set to kick it away for the Cheesemakers.
Gomez, the kicker for the Cheesemakers, will send it away. Lines it up as the ball's teed up at the 40-yard line. And there's the kick. It's a high, deep kick. Cruz will have it. Cruz finds his way in behind Byros and then gets knocked down at about the 21-yard line. Good tackle, open field tackle by the Cheesemakers, limiting the Fishermen's return.
Fishermen will take over.
The Fishermen will have their first possession of the game. 1st and 10 for them. And their first opportunity, and this is one of those instances where you don't want to get too out of your element here. You find yourself down 7-0, but no reason to panic just yet.
That's right. You were close to sticking them there with the.
You had the 4th and 14. You had just what you wanted, so don't panic. Long drive works well too. Answer back with a nice long time-consuming drive, and all's even again.
Yep.
Fishermen come out with 4 wide receivers. Shacker hands it off up the middle, and finding no space on an inside handoff, Johnson will go down for a short loss. Or, excuse me, a long loss. They're going to mark him down for about a 5-yard loss there, Bob. Judging by the yard marker. They're going to set him back a few yards.
I trust the guy running the sticks. Hans is a friend of mine, and he is running the Tillamook sticks tonight.
Big defensive lineman for the Cheesemakers. Their running back, number 7, one of them, Tillamook. Also on the line is Vega, senior, number 77. Got to be about 260, 270. He's huge.
Big guy.
The Fishermen have the ball, the handoff, and trying to squirm free. Not going down just yet. A nice, tough run.
Yeah, that was a...
Silas Yates fights for a few extra yards, and he'll get close to the original line of scrimmage, picking up 5. Nice job of trying to fight off tackles and get free.
Yeah.
Be a 3rd and 10 for the Fishermen now as they're back to the 22-yard line. 8:40 ticks away on the clock. Shacker gets the call from his coach and runs it into the huddle. Coach Howard Rube, assisted by Garrett Long, Kurt Bradley, Davis Doug Walsh, Ralph Steinbeck, Jeremy Poyer, and Mike Roberts. And the Fishermen line up with 3 wide receivers out of shotgun. Shacker moves his running back off to his hip, looks to his left. He's got Hawkins on a quick hitter. Hawkins shakes the first tackle and will get just a short gain. That tackle in the backfield was missed, but he's going to grab a couple. It's going to be a 4th and 7 for the Fishermen here. And it looks like the Fishermen are going to elect to punt here from this side of the field and from this deep with a 4th and 8. Boomer returns, set to return for the Cheesemakers. He wears number 2, Griffin Boomer, wide receiver and defensive back. Kick is up and away by Gore. It is high, and Boomer's got it. And the Fishermen are right there, getting a nice tackle. Stiff-armed and shaken. Good job by Byros. He got stiff-armed, but he didn't let loose.
Oh, and a late flag.
A late flag indeed. We'll see who they assess that against, but Byros did a good job. He got stiff-armed, pushed to the ground, but held onto the leg and assisted in the tackle in the end. Ball rests at about the 46-yard line. It's going to be a personal foul against the Fishermen.
I didn't see it, Rob.
Didn't catch the number. Could just be a face mask call. That is a personal foul.
Yep.
As a 15-yard penalty will push this one across the 50-yard line. They'll finally come to rest at the 38-yard line. And so a harmful penalty for the Fishermen here with 7:28 in the game, and the Tillamook Cheesemakers already leading 7-0. Now the officials blow a whistle here. As we get reset, trying to make sure things are set up in the right spot. And it looks like a little adjustment of where the ball is set. And the Tillamook Cheesemakers false start there. All kinds of movement. They lined up in the heavy set, and 3 guys went off before the ball even got snapped. But I think what's going to happen here is it's no false start because the official never whistled the play ready to play. Now it's whistled ready to play, and here we go. And it's going to be just a keeper. Quarterback handles it. Or direct snap not to the quarterback, but to the back.
Get 15 yards out of it.
Yes, they are. Mans is the one who gets the snap. They came out in what I guess is the old Wildcat formation. They put the running back in and keep everybody tight, run the Wildcat. Mans takes off for a good gain. 1st and 10 for the Tillamook Cheesemakers, now at the 25-yard line, 26-yard line.
Yep.
Cheesemakers this time come out in shotgun. 1 wide receiver all by himself out to the right. Man in motion joins him. 3 wide receivers on this side. Keeps it into the backfield and down the sideline. Shaken free and now getting handled. Might get a holding penalty here as a flag comes in.
Some shifts.
A good push up the sideline by the Cheesemakers on the reception.
Good blocks and a flag on play. Picked up about 5.
The gain was 5, but the flag and holding is going to erase some of that. So as they tried the quick hitter out to the heavy wide receiver set, one of the wide receivers got out there and grabbed a hold of somebody as Gore and Byros and a few others were trying to fly in and make that tackle, and got him wrapped up as he fought down the sideline, but I think he got a little extra yardage there due to that hold.
He sure did.
So we went 15 one way. We'll take 10 back the other way.
We'll do the hokey pokey and we'll turn ourselves about.
We got 6:53 on the clock. The Cheesemakers leading 7-0. It'll be now a 1st and about
19.
19. It looks like they're going to take just 9 of the yards as the 10-yard penalty was ahead of the line of scrimmage. This one coming around the edge, and the big defensive lineman running back is going to get stacked up right around just ahead of the 30-yard line. He'll get 4. Tillamook, Tillamook there with a nice rush up the Tillamook Cheesemaker sideline, and with all the players in the road, pole in the way, a little tough to navigate where that finished. And he'll get about 4. So once again, the Fishermen in good position here. 2nd and about 14. 2nd and 15 according to the scoreboard from the 34. They have an opportunity here to once again shut the Cheesemakers down with wide receivers all over the field. Quarterback sends his man in motion. They fake the hand. No, give it off at the middle. And a missed tackle on a swing down. Looks like Colt Kelly swinging him down at the 20, at the 20. He'll get 9, so the Fishermen will face a
3rd and 3, they're saying.
3rd and 3 is what the marker has it at. Closer to a 3rd and 4, it looks like, according to the yard marker. The scoreboard's got 3. It's a long 3 and more like a 4. Cheesemakers set up. Little confusion as they shuffle players around. We've got 2 receivers to either side. Quarterback Erleman gets the call, gets everybody situated. He's got the snap out of shotgun. It's a screen. The Fishermen are allowed free, and the screener was not there. All 4 defensive linemen for the Fishermen basically got let loose, and the screener was not in position. And a wise throwaway, really.
Yeah, really well heads-up play.
Quarterback Hurleman saw it wasn't going to happen and just dumped it up. So 4th and about 5 now. 4th and 4. The scoreboard corrects what they had. I thought that was closer to 4 than it was 3. 5:16 to go. The Cheesemakers 7-0. They scored on their last 4th down conversion with a big 38-yard touchdown bomb. What are they going to do here? The Fishermen line up against the 3 receiver set. 3 to the right, and on this side, it is right in the hands of Boomer. Griffin Boomer right there in the middle, and it falls right out of his belly. So it's going to be a turnover on downs. The Fishermen will have it. They survive and get the ball at about the 21-yard line. Good job by the Fishermen there on defense. A little bit lucky there with Boomer letting that one fall out of his lap. That ball was right there into his guts, and he just didn't curl it up.
Didn't stick up on it, yep.
It looked a lot like he might have been nervous about who was coming in to maybe hit him and focused a little less on the catch.
One thing tonight Astoria's doing really well is putting some hits down.
Yes, they are. They've come to play. They are trying to lay down the hammer a little bit here, and here on offense, with a 3 wide receiver set to the left and 1 to the right. Gore's going to move over, make it a 4 wide receiver set. They'll hit, and it gets dropped. They were trying to hit Gore on the quick hitter, or Byros on the quick hitter, and Byros just dropped it. Yep. Another one, just hit him in the hands, and he threw it down, just wasn't looking it in. As the Cheesemakers came through, might have been a tough tackle, but Byros, we've seen him make that catch before and get nifty and try to get free, and just couldn't do it there. So 2nd and 10 for the Fishermen as they look to respond to the Cheesemakers now with their second possession. Just a heads up, in Major League Baseball, it is the Tigers still leading the Mariners in the bottom of 7, 2-1. Tight game. For the Fishermen, it's a wide receiver set with 2 wide receivers on either side. Gore gets the catch. 2 Cheesemakers come up to make the tackle on the sideline. It's going to be a completion for some gain for a little bit. 3rd and about 7 now, as it's a 3-yard gain up to the 25-yard line. Fishermen come right back to the line of scrimmage. They want to run this one in a hurry. Shacker looks out of shotgun. Comes back this way and hits it right off the hands on the slant. Trying to hit Cody Johnson on the slant, and it went right off of his hands, and it is going to be a 4th and 6 now for the Fishermen. Going back to return for the Cheesemakers is going to be Garcia. The Fishermen line up in a punt formation with Gore set to punt again.
He was warming up this earlier in the pregame, and but don't be surprised for a trick play here when Gore gets the punt duties.
Every now and then Gore runs the fake punt. He's got the speed to do it for sure, and right here he's going to line it up and send it deep. Nice turnover. Garcia handles it, and it's going to go up the right side, find some space, and a legal block as it goes up the sideline and down to the 30-yard line. Close one right there at about the 50-yard line, but the Cheesemaker defender, the blocker, put most of his body in front. Byros got knocked off, and up the right sideline, the Cheesemakers go for a decent return here in the first. 4:31 on the clock. Cheesemakers start this possession from the 33-yard line. It is 33-yard line. So the Cheesemakers with another possession. The Fishermen have had a couple of stops. Can they get another one here? I'd love to get the ball on the other side of the field and see if they can't make some noise here. Cheesemakers this time go under center. They look to hand off and stacked up and
good job.
Tackled for a loss. That is senior Adrian Volley. Adrian coming through and getting a nice big tackle for loss. Every defensive lineman loves that TFL, and a 2-yard loss here is a good one as he was able to break free and drag the ball carrier down in the backfield. Out of shotgun, quarterback looks, getting a little pressure. Deep pass is on the sideline and out of bounds.
Maybe if he was 9 foot tall, he could have caught that.
He might have had an opportunity at that one. That one sailed as the Fishermen were able to get a little pressure. I believe that was Bali coming around the edge again, forcing Hurlman to speed that up a little faster than maybe he wanted.
Astoria defense playing great ball tonight.
Doing a great job on defense right now. Again, it's a 3rd and long, 3rd and 12. And the Fishermen would love to get a stop here as the offense looks back to the sideline and their coach, Kai Johnson. And they're going to set out 3 receivers to the right, 2 to the left. Nobody in the backfield with their quarterback, Hurlman. He's going to have it in shotgun, calls for it, gets it, looks. And a quick hitter on the sideline, trying to turn back in, stopped and handled well. Trying to see who's getting up from that tackle. That was number 10 that ended up sticking him. Hudson Hill, 6, Byros and Hill. Byros got him around the waist and almost got shook off, and then Hill came in and cleaned it up with a nice wrap-up and takedown.
Yep.
So a very short gain, 4th and, we're going to call it 10, but it's a long 10. It's just on the other side of the original line of scrimmage. So for the Fishermen, they got another opportunity here on a 4th down to try to come away with a stop. And the Cheesemakers will line up with 3 receivers to the right, 2 to the left, and out of shotgun all by himself is their quarterback, Hurlman. Same formation, lines up, looks, little pressure, deep pass down the sideline and overthrows an open receiver as it looks like Boomer. It was Griffin Boomer was able to shake down the left sideline and get free, but he's overthrown. And instead, it's going to be 1st and 10 for the Fishermen on the 4th down turnover. So the Fishermen survive. And good news, Bob, 2-2.
Hey, I like to hear it. Keep the Mariners alive.
Seattle Mariners tie it up See if we can't get a description of how exactly that happened. But 2-2, Detroit
I'm guessing
Tigers
it's because
and
they
Seattle
scored.
Mariners.
I'm not sure, Rob, but I bet you the Mariners scored.
I'm not seeing any bases. I'm trying to watch the play-by-play, the box score here, and I don't see what happened, if it was a home run or a... don't see any runners on base. It might have been a solo shot.
Let me see what I got here.
4 wide receivers for the Fishermen. Fake to Gore. Handoff up the middle is going to go not very far. Tillamook Cheesemakers stay home, and Yates doesn't get very far.
Met by number 21, Joshua Mann.
Looks like Naylor with the home run in the 7th.
Yeah.
See if I can try to catch the summary here. Two either way. The Tigers and Mariners now tied.
2-strike single.
Here in Tillamook, the Fishermen face a 2nd and 10 from the 33, and with 4 wide receivers, Gore throws the quick slant, and again off the hands of his receiver. That time it's Winterstein. And the Fishermen will now face a 3rd and 9.
Third down, Fishermen. Hey, remember we got hot Moe's clam chowder across the way.
Taking a minute to talk about this one.
Also buy some raffle tickets for the fishing package while you're over there.
They're all huddled up.
That's Moe's clam
Tillamook's
chowder.
ready to go at the line. Here comes Astoria.
2:26 in the first quarter, 7-0. The Cheesemakers struck first on a big 38-yard touchdown bomb, and the Fishermen trying to respond here as the first quarter winds away, and a 3rd and 10. Shacker's going to roll out. They try the trick play, pitch back, and Gore's got it. He's got some space, gets tangled up, but first down. And picking up on it, Winterstein. Gore drops it at the very end, but Winterstein right there to jump on it, and so an almost disaster play after a great play by Gore coming around the edge, shaking a couple of tackles, rips through a few, gets the first down. The Fishermen get right back to the line of scrimmage, and this time throw it out to Hawkins. It's going to be a short gain as Hawkins gets gang tackled by 3 or 4 Cheesemakers. It'll be a 2nd and about 9 as it's just a short gain. Hawkins trying to come in on the quick out and trying to get him upfield, quick turn and run, and can't quite get there. Maybe 2 as forward progress gives him a little extra space. So there you have it. Fishermen trying to make something out of nothing here and doing a good job right now as they huddle up, get the play called. They try to hustle that last one, this time slowing things down a little with 1:40 on the clock here in the first. Shacker looks for the call. He's got it. Hands off to Yates up the middle. Yates shakes a tackle, and he's going to fall forward and lunge forward. A tackle by Boomer from the Cheesemakers, but Yates is going to win this fight.
Yeah, and he gets across the 50. I think he's going to get up to about the 47.
It looks like that's where they spot the ball, so Fishermen will face a 3rd and about 3. Long 3 here for the Fishermen as they come to the line of scrimmage. Shacker's going to send 3 wide receivers out, 2 to the right, 1 to the left. He's going to keep a flanker in and a running back in with him. That is Yates, who they fake the handoff to. Quick hit to Gore. Gore picks up a block from Winterstein and then just can't quite readjust as the Cheesemakers come flying in. Tristan Evans, the senior, comes flying in, and that is one thing with this Tillamook Cheesemaker team. Speed. Gore tried to change his mind, and that's one thing you just can't do against a team with speed.
No.
If you've made a decision, you've got to keep going that way.
Yep.
You got to commit to it, commit hard, and get what you can out of it, because changing directions against this team, trust me, they're coming.
They're going to make you pay for it.
They're coming. So 4th and about 6. The Fishermen line up to go for it here from just across the 50 at the 49-yard line. And the Fishermen line up with a tight formation. Shacker under center. The 3-back backfield. A lot of options out of this. See if we can get him to jump first. It looks like maybe Shacker's going to do. 8 seconds. And timeout taken. So the Fishermen will stop the clock with 7 seconds left in the first quarter. They were trying the hard count.
Yep.
Just couldn't come up with it. I mean, not a bad play. Not a bad attempt.
Yeah.
See if you can get them to do it. You never know. Could happen. Once again, going back to the Mariners, by the way, 2-2, top of 8. Tigers back up to bat. Seattle ties things up. And the elimination game is a good one. They'll play coming up on Sunday if they continue. First things first, got to get through a elimination game tonight.
Somebody's getting eliminated.
Either Detroit or Seattle are moving on in the chance for the World Series. They'll go face Toronto. After the timeout, 7 seconds, 7-0. Fishermen 4th and 6 on offense, trying to come up with a play. This time they line up to punt. Gore catches the low snap and line drives a knuckleball, bounces at the 15, and it'll bounce to the 8 where it's handled.
Missed tackle.
Missed tackle big time. Yates
Another one.
misses another one, and Cheesemakers tough to bring down. Finally drugged down by Hill and Cody Johnson. And that will do it for the first quarter. The Cheesemakers will have it to start the second, and we'll be back in 1 minute right here on ESPN 106.3 as we bring you Astoria High Fighting Fishermen football.
Seaside Outlets. Over 100,000 square feet of savings and shopping. Great food for every member of your family. Featuring great names in retail like Nike, Eddie Bauer, Pendleton, Bath & Body Works, Rack Room Shoes, Rue 21, and Carter's. And it's all just a few blocks from the beach. Plus, there's no sales tax.
Seaside Outlets, 1111 North Roosevelt Highway 101 and 12th Avenue. Visit seasideoutlets.com.
Marathon season is just around the corner, so quit running errands and start running for fun with North Coast Runners in Astoria. Stop in for nutrition on the go, info on local running groups, recommendations on where to run on the North Coast, and of course, all the gear you need, including being your Lululemon destination on the coast. Whether you're in Seaside, Napa, Astoria, Warrenton, or anywhere in between, North Coast Runners supports student athletes with available discounts. Check out northcoastrunners.com for more. Lace up and don't stop.
This is ESPN Radio.
Back here at Doc Adams Field in Tillamook, and a little update on the Seattle Mariners-Detroit game. Got some clarification. Mitch Garver was out on a sac fly to center field, and Parker Meadows was the catch. Josh Naylor was the one who came in, standing on third base. So the sac fly ties things up between the Tigers and Seattle Mariners. They are now in the top of the 8th at 2-2. We are here in Tillamook, where it is 7-0. Fishermen just punted away, and they're going to switch sides of the field here and set things up. The officials moving the ball backwards, and it looks like they're going to come up with a hold on the return that we did not see initially. So it is going to
all the way back
to the 5-yard line. So that hold happened deep because the ball was handled at about the 12-yard line. So they're going to say that the hold happened pretty much when the catch was made, and that is going to drag the ball all the way back to about the 5-yard line. So big penalty by the Cheesemakers here as the officials talk with the coaches and let them know what's going on, but did not see the flag initially there. So they're now going to mark the ball back from the original to the 5-yard line. Then they're going to run all the way down to the other 5-yard line. They're going to switch sides of the field.
That's right.
So
but they needed a job.
they needed. They're getting their steps in tonight, the officials are.
So it looks like we have a hold against the Cheesemakers.
And we are just about ready to get restarted here in the second quarter, 7-0. They're going to have 95 yards to go. Holding penalty on the return.
Which was as good as the defense has been. Let's get a safety here, Rob.
You know what? Wouldn't that be nice? Now would be a perfect time to come up defensively for a turnover, anything like that. Get yourself in this. Again, this is what Coach Roop kind of wanted out of this game to some degree, and that was to keep it close.
Yeah, and he's doing it. I mean,
they've held the Cheesemakers on 4th and go for it, and they just missed the 38-yard bomb.
We've had 5 turnovers on downs in the first quarter.
And the Fishermen line up here on defense. The Cheesemakers from the 5-yard line will set up, hand off up the middle, and find some space, and a lot of space as the running back gets free and shakes a tackle. Hawkins makes a hit, but not until about the 30-yard line. They're going to be up close to the 26-27. Big first down for the Cheesemakers.
Doria came in and cleaned that one up.
As the back gets free, and now back into the backfield is number 7, Tillamook, big senior, defensive lineman and running back.
Yep.
That just strikes the fear. Fishermen line up here on defense. 28-yard line is where it was marked out. Catch in the middle is good. Receiver goes down, and it is going to be a completion for about 4, as coming up with the catch was Tristan Evans.
Great grab, and then his foot went out from underneath him, and down he went.
Fishermen were right there to, of course, he couldn't get him run anyway in a high school ball, but they were right there to make the tackle in the short one, and this time a swing out to the left side, and coming in to stick him. That is Winterstein coming in with the stick, and it was a nice short gain, and before it got any farther, Winterstein comes in and sticks him right there at the first down marker. So they are going to say first down. They got the 4 or 5 they needed for the first down, but good job by Winterstein to come in and put the hammer down. This time they're going to hand off up the middle and trying to push that big line. They get a little ways and not much farther. And
they ripped the ball out of his hands.
The fisherman, Tillamook, gets drugged down after just a 3-4 yard gain after forward progress, it looks like. He is a load. I'm not stuttering. Defensive lineman, running back.
And he's doing it.
Body fat percentage probably around 2%. He's a big dude. Handoff up the middle again. This time the nifty running back outsteps a run. And he'll be short of the first down after a short gain, 3 or 4 coming up with the yardage. I believe that is number 5. That is Garcia with the run there. Garcia stays in the game. Cheesemakers try to hustle up. Quarterback out of shotgun, gives a few motions. They snap the ball. He's got it. He looks to throw. Quick out. Coming out this way to number 28. And the fisherman there to Gore. Gets him at the 50-yard line. It'll be enough for a first down as they get the one they needed. And it will be 1st and 10 from the 50. Gore with a great tackle on the sideline coming up for the effort, but Luke Corbus was able to get free enough just to get enough yardage for the first down. Under 10 to go, the snap, and it is a quick hitter and trying to come across the line of scrimmage, and finally with the tackle, it is Gibson Allen coming in from the defensive line position after chasing the quarterback, comes back, retreats for the tackle after a 6-yard gain. A little bit of a slip pass as they let the defensive line go a little bit and then tried to run the running back from the wide receiver from the far side, kind of on a little pattern under the lineman, and it almost worked there, but Allen turned around and got a hold of him. This time they're going to go big for the bomb, and they've got the receiver down the sideline, and it's going to be a bomb touchdown for the Cheesemakers. Boomer down the sideline gets free of Winterstein and Byros, and the Cheesemakers strike again.
51 yard?
That was close to it. 48 yards. 48-yard touchdown as they were just on the other side of the 50, a big one, as that puts the Cheesemakers up in this one 14-0 here in the second quarter, 9:19.
Let's go 13. They don't get the extra point yet.
Not yet, that's right. We got 13 for now. Here comes the kick. It's skipped and picked up. And Gore comes in to clean it up. The handler couldn't come up with anything, so I tried to give him the extra point, and Bob took it off the board, and so did the Cheesemakers on the low snap. Lakota Navari was the handler. That ball skipped into him, and he couldn't set it up for the kick, and the kicker just overran it. That's one of those situations, because it's such a timing play, the kicker can't restart. So the guy who's handling the ball tries to stand up, do something with it, and Gore chased him down before he could. So that'll do it. 13-0. The Cheesemakers.
Huge pass, though.
That was another big bomb, and that's what this quarterback and Boomer and the other receivers have done to other teams a number of times. We fully expected that to happen, and you just got to try to stay on them and stay deep. And the Fishermen that time just didn't.
They couldn't
quite keep up with his speed. Boomer Griffin, we dealt with him with basketball. We know he's fast. We know he's an athlete, and he's a heck of a receiver, too.
Sure is. There was no question on that. He grabbed it and then just put the boots to the ground.
Nice catch and reception for the Cheesemakers. They are going to be a problem for a lot of teams this season. Gomez will kick for the Fishermen. Byros and Cruz will set up to return at the 10-yard line. 10 and 15 as they stagger their setback. Winterstein and Jack Johnson, the up men. That one will go over their heads. It will bounce at the 15, and Bounce straight up where Byros, I believe it is, who handles it.
Oh, he's got it.
He got a nice start and then got a hold of the jersey. He'll get it to the 30. Might give him just a little bit ahead of the 30. Defender reached up, grabbed the back of Byros' tail there, and
he's got a 5X now.
Stretched that jersey out just a little bit.
It was 4 yards long, that jersey, by the end of it.
Fishermen will start from the 31-yard line. Trying to respond down in this one, 13-0 here in Tillamook. Officials timeout. They want the sideline warning for the Fishermen, it looks like.
Against the Fishermen.
Stay back. You got the old get back coach over there.
Yeah, that's right.
Fishermen huddle up, get the call called in. Shacker will bring it in. Big defensive line for the Tillamook Cheesemakers, and one way to negate that is we haven't seen a lot of the screen game yet. We've seen some quick hitters trying to the outside, but let's see if you can't negate some of the size with some screens from the Fishermen here. Wide receiver to the right, 3 to the left for Shacker, who calls for the ball. Gore comes in motion, across his chest. It's going to be the jet sweep to Gore. Gore trying to cut the edge.
He does.
Get to the 35, gets tangled up and drug out of bounds, and helped up by the Cheesemakers at about the 38-yard line.
I think they're going to mark it at the 38, yep.
Good job by Quinn Gore to come around the edge on the jet sweep, find a little space. He'll cut the first down yardage down for a second. And about
3.
About 3, yeah.
Yeah.
Right behind the pole here where I'm set up.
Trust me, it's 3.
9:05 here in the second quarter. The Fishermen trying to respond. Morrow out here closest to us as the Fishermen move right to left. 3 receivers on the other side and a back in the backfield with him. And he throws over to Byros, who's got it. And shakes a tackle, gets free, picks up the first down, and a little extra on the Fisherman sideline, gets pulled out of bounds.
Looks like they're going to mark him. My math says the 34. We'll see where they end up marking it.
It should be the 46.
I'm sorry, 46.
Your number's going the wrong way. 46 is where they set it down.
I'm used to the home pole, Rob.
It's right, you're gauging things from the other side, yeah. So from the 46-yard line, the Fishermen still yet to cross the 50-yard line here on this drive, but with under 9 minutes to go, 1st and 10 from the 46 will line up. Gore and Morrow out here closest to us, along with Archer Hawkins. 3 wide receivers set to the left. Handoff up the middle goes to Yates, who drags a ball carrier, a tackler, for an extra yard.
That boy gets an A for effort on that one.
Yes, he does. One of the defensive linemen, and I believe that was number 50, broke through and got him around the waist. Cooper Arred got him around the waist, and Yates pulled him for the extra yard he got. So it'll be 2nd and 9 for the Fishermen here in this second quarter. Shacker gets the call and runs it in. 8.5 left in the half. Doc Adams Field here in Tillamook. Under the awning on a comfortable evening. It is chilly down at 54 degrees, but
that's fall for you.
That's fall in October, right?
We're almost to hot chocolate time.
Wide receiver is 2 to either side. Gore comes that way. They're going to try the Bureau's quick hitter there. He shakes the tackle, and he'll get another yard or maybe 2, depending on forward progress. And the Fishermen, trying to chip away at this, now have a 3rd and 7.
Chipping away they are.
They haven't had a big chunk play yet, or at least a really good chunk play yet. Looking for one here on a 3rd and 7. Archer Hawkins has got the catch. No, knocked out. Hawkins was the receiver on the left side, and the Cheesemakers come in. Garcia ends up with the tackle and the strip of the reception. So 4th and about 7 to go. And the Fishermen look like they're lining up to punt. It looks like Gore is going to scoot back from the 48-yard line. Fishermen will look to send one deep to the Cheesemakers. So far, Gore's done a pretty good job of sending the ball down. We'll see what he comes up with here. And he's got it, lines it up. The kick is a low line drive, knuckleball right to the return man, Garcia. who comes up the left side. He's got an edge. He's got some blockers. He's got some space. And blowing him up is Gore. And Gore comes over to try to get the tackle, and Gore got blown up on that one.
He sure did.
The Tillamook Cheesemakers brought out the hit stick, and the fans love it.
Yep.
First down, Cheesemakers.
It'll be a 1st and 10 for the Cheesemakers as they take over now at the 44-yard line. Quinn Gore from the punting position trying to play safety, trying to run him out of bounds, and he took one to the chest.
Yeah, there was no question on that one.
It was a collision indeed.
Cans and bottles be picked up after the game, but if you can please help our custodial crew out tonight.
4 down lineman for the Fishermen gets set, trying to battle that big offensive line of the Cheesemakers.
Thanks a lot, guys.
Just a quick update here in the bottom of the 8th. 2-2 still remaining for the Seahawks, the Seattle Mariners and the Detroit Tigers.
Right next door.
And running up the middle is Tillamook. He's going to get 8. And carries a defender along with him. Hawkins hooked on and drugged for a ride. They're going to call him down at the 47-yard line. It's going to be a nice gain. And still leave them with about 2 or 3 to go here. Trying to get to the 46. They'll need at least 1.5 at least.
Yeah.
Call this 2nd and 1. They've yet to move the down line or the down marker yet. The officials huddling up. Looks like we might have a call here before the ball gets snapped. The officials pointing, writing things down, trying to communicate what needs to happen. The yard marker, gentlemen, is yet to move. And it looks like it may be sideline warning. They're going to give it a call. So it's going to be a 5-yard penalty and 1st down for the Cheesemakers. I've seen a lot of high school football, and a sideline warning usually doesn't happen.
Nope.
Not sure what the officials decided that it needed to be called for, but they did. Apparently the Fishermen a little too antsy on the sideline. From the jumbo setup, Tillamook is going to run behind the blockers and get up to about the
He's going to be about the 34. Yep.
About a 7-8 yard gain as Tillamook gets lined up behind the jumbo set. And that is just a give it to the big guy and go. 2nd and about 3. Now from the 35-yard line, the Cheesemakers with 4 wide receivers out. Hand off. Garcia's coming around the edge, and
flag
I think we're going to get a hold there, Bob. I did see a red jersey and red arm reaching across and grabbing a white jersey.
I saw it as well, Rob. I wasn't able to get a number, but
they're going to throw the flag at about the 35-yard line. Huddle up. Here's the call. Holding against the Cheesemakers indeed. So we both saw it.
Yep.
It was pretty plain as day as the running back was coming this way, and the offensive lineman just got himself a little out of position and got that arm around the belly of the offensive player, the defensive player, and just ended up with a little bit extra jersey and a little tug, and that's all it took.
Yep.
So 2nd and now 13 for the Cheesemakers. They'll scoot all the way back to the 45-yard line.
South Curry Store, Pultenary, Gary Wright Construction, Tillamook Country Smoker.
Break huddle and send a receiver out. Quarterback's going to go under center. The Fishermen stack up on defense a little bit, fill up the gaps. And the handoff, it's going to be a sweep out to the left and catching some space and breaking the tackle.
Bye-bye.
And hidden to the house is Griffin Boomer.
For a 44-yard run.
Griffin Boomer breaks free, breaks a couple of tackles, and scampers to the house. That'll push the score to 19. 6 minutes here in the half, and the Fishermen find themselves down big, and this is what Coach Rube talked about in the coaches show. They didn't want the Cheesemakers to jump out because they are hard to catch, and they just get harder to catch.
Yep, that guy was very difficult to catch.
We've already talked about the speed of Boomer, and he has speed and used it there. This time they go for 2. They snap it to the up back who plows through. So that'll make up for the 2 points, or the point they missed on the last one. It is an even 21 now in football lingo, even 21. Fishermen with 0. And the Fishermen will huddle up and have 5:54 to deal with the rest of the half. Still lots of time and opportunity to get one, maybe even two. Trick, of course, is trying to get the Tillamook Cheesemakers off the field before they get into the end zone.
That's right.
3 big scoring drives. They had a few stops before that, but the Cheesemakers, with a couple of scores here of late, have pushed the lead now 21-0.
To purchase raffle tickets in
Garcia will line up the kickoff. Byros and Cruz back to return for the Fishermen. They'll set their heels at about the 10-yard line and look to return this one, as so far the kicks have been hitting right around that 12-yard line. And lining it up, Gomez. Here's the kick. It is high and nice over-end kick. Cruz handles it at the 16 and will move forward. Picks up a couple of blocks and will get to the 29-yard line.
Yep. And then they finally force him just about out of bounds and back to.
Forward progress should keep the 29-yard line intact, but good job by the Fishermen there to get some blocking, get a few yards and a positive return. Now let's see if they can come up with an offensive play or a few and respond.
That's right.
Cheesemakers on defense, Fishermen on offense. 5:46 to go. Shacker in shotgun with 2 receivers to either side. Gets the call, looks right, and throws over. Archer Hawkins, quick toss over to the right side. Hawkins is going to get a couple. Cheesemakers were there right away. He shook the first tackle and then couldn't shake the rest.
Yep. Looks like they're going to give him 2 to the 31.
2nd and 8 now for the Fishermen. Not a lot of negative plays for the Fishermen, just not a lot of really positive ones either. They just can't quite get anything broken through. The big chunk plays are there for the Cheesemakers, but not the Fishermen tonight. Shacker with 3 receivers to his left. Wants the ball, looks this way, and he's throwing deep to Gore and tipped away. Gore wasn't looking, and Evans.
Flag comes in, Rob.
Yeah, I think Gore got interfered with a little bit.
Yep.
As Gore was going up with it, the other defender that was on Gore spun him around in the air, and I think that is going to be a defensive penalty.
And Gore's limping a little bit.
Yeah, he came up, he got twisted. He went up looking for the ball, got twisted and spun, and came down kind of funny on his leg there. So he's going to go to the sideline and get looked at, and the Tillamook Cheesemaker crowd here doesn't like it. But I think ultimately, well, the ball was uncatchable and out of Gore's reach. It's a good call.
Yep.
Gore was interfered with by the other defender. The other defender came across for the tip, but the other defender grabbed Gore's shoulder pads and turned him before the ball got there. So it's just a situation where the other defender doesn't need to do that.
Nope.
Just leave it alone.
Yeah, dead play.
It's covered.
Yep.
5:05. The Fishermen benefit a first down from the pass interference penalty, and we'll now look for this snap with a 4 wide receiver set, and the Fishermen have 2 men in motion, and no call. Gore's got it on the jet sweep coming around. Byros has it on the jet sweep coming around this side, and he'll get almost nowhere as Byros gets wrangled up. Be a half a yard gain. And Gore checks back into the game. Looks like he's doing okay. A little less gimpy coming in, so a little bit of stretch and high knees on the sideline. Shook out whatever happened.
Got the stinger gone.
Tigers and Mariners.
I was just going to say, top of the
2-2.
ninth.
Fishermen and Cheesemakers, 21-0. 4.5 to go here in the half. 2 receivers to the right, 2 to the left. Short side of the field is the left side, and Shacker puts his running back on that side. Hawkins comes in motion. They fake the handoff, and looking deep. Morrow's and Morrow goes past the defender, and the defender just stops on the play, and the Fishermen strike quick.
Boom.
So Shacker to Morrow, and I'm not sure what happened to the defender there, Bob. That was Tristan Evans.
He just hit the brakes.
Just stopped.
Yeah.
And we got a bunch of flags here, so this may come back. But for some reason, Evans just stopped on the play.
And
it's the defense. Personal foul against the Cheesemakers. So The Fishermen will get the touchdown, the big strike for Shacker to Morrow. And I'm really not sure what happened to Evans there. He just kind of stopped and then just watched the play.
Yeah.
He literally stood still and watched the play from about the 35.
Did he see a flag and figure it was against?
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe he saw one of those flags come out, but he just stopped. Not really sure what happened there. Nice throw from Shacker to Morrow, and Morrow gets the touchdown, and now Winterstein lines up the extra point. So with 4:14 here in the half, the Fishermen strike on a big one, personal foul against the Cheesemakers. It will be assessed on the kickoff. So first things first, the extra point. Winterstein lines it up with Morrow to hold. Snap is okay, and it is up and through the uprights. So the Fishermen get another one and go up to 7.
21-7.
Trail by 14, but a big strike puts the Fishermen on the board. Shacker hits Morrow and stuns the crowd here in Tillamook. Not really sure what happened there. The defender really did. Just, I'm not making it up.
No,
the ball was in the air and he just kind of stopped.
And he just stopped. Just said, okay, bye.
Ball got thrown. He stopped. Morrow ran, caught the ball, and he just watched him. Didn't move his feet at all.
No.
Just from the 30-yard line, from about the 30 marker, where you see the 30 painted on the field, he just stopped and watched it happen.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. He went with his hand to his face. I don't know if he maybe got something in his eye and just completely lost sight of what was going on.
Right.
But nonetheless, the Fishermen benefit from it and go up 7 to 7 and trail in this one by 14. The Cheesemakers are up 21-7.
Down by 2 scores. Here comes the march off on the kickoff.
And Fishermen will now kick from the other side of the 50 and kick from the 45-yard line. And this is one of those really weird things in sports with the penalty moving the kickoff here. You have some opportunities.
Yeah.
This is a spot where you might see Coach Rube get crafty and try to steal a possession with an onside kick or a squib kick.
We saw him do it last week at the kickoff.
Just something silly here to see if he can't steal a possession.
Nope.
And he's going to kick it deep. It's going to go into the end zone. It's going to be a touchback. So nothing crazy there, just a standard kickoff and a touchback. And the Cheesemakers will start this drive from the 20. For the Fishermen, with 4:14 to go, they'd love to get another stop here. They will get the ball to start the half.
Well, probably the best field position they've had for the start of the... Well, they had the one at the 5, so...
Tillamook Cheesemakers spread 4 receivers out, 2 to either side. And they look to throw over the middle. They get some blocks, and receiver is going to come forward. Picks up another block, and Morrow is going to get out there and try to rip the ball loose. And a nice big gain to the 35-yard line as the pile gets pushed forward. Colt Kelly out there trying to drag down the ball carrier. Morrow came in late trying to peanut punch the ball out of there and see if he couldn't come away with a turnover, but to no avail. We 1st and 10 now for the Cheesemakers from the 35. They line up again with receivers spread out. 3 to the other side. Bad snap. Quarterback gets a hold of it and missed tackle, but cleaning it up on the sideline at the 40.
Lucky to get 4 out of that.
Morrow and I believe Duryea comes in, wearing number 50 in the whites. Comes in to clean up after a 5-yard gain. Quarterback mishandled the snap, and Duryea ran right by him the first time.
Yep.
And then came back on the backside to come up with a tackle.
That's what you call circling back, right?
Yeah, exactly. 2nd and 5, 3 receivers to the left. Handoff up the middle, handled, back, bounced off the tackles. And it'll be a short gain, a good job, honestly, by Gomez, is that Gomez? No, that is Garcia. He bounced off the tackle, went backwards, regained his footing, came forward, and was able to eventually get about a half a yard out of the play. Fishermen unable to wrap up in the first go. Now in the jumbo set, they've got everybody in there, and Tuamoto is in the back. Gets the snap directly, and it's the old Wildcat. He's going to lunge forward. And coming up with the tackle for the Fishermen, Landon Reed. 2.5 in the first half. It's going to be a first down for the Cheesemakers. They'll move the sticks. And again, they go in the Wildcat formation. And Morrow's going to run off a little gimpy there.
Timeout, Fishermen.
Timeout will be taken. The Fishermen will send in a replacement.
25-26 Tillamook Cheerleaders.
2.5, 21-7.
Mariners update, Rob. 2-2, the bottom of the ninth.
Exciting contest there between the two squads. It was the bottom of the seventh where Leo Rivera singled on a line drive to left fielder Riley Green, with Jorge Polanco scoring, and Josh Naylor moved to second, and that was the one that drew the Seattle Mariners even. And they've played 2 scoreless innings now as they head into the ninth, tied at 2.
Mariners have one chance to put this one to bed, send the Tigers home for the season.
Get the rest of them later. Thank you, girls.
All right, Story comes out of timeout, lines back up, and here we go.
5 wide receivers out for the Cheesemakers. 2 to the right, 3 to the left, looking for the short throw. Fisherman can't knock down the pass, and catching the short one with a lot of blockers. And getting chopped down eventually is Griffin Boomer. It's going to be a first down and more as the Fishermen try to rally to the tackle, finally catch the speedster. Slowed down trying to pick up a block, and Fishermen were able to rally in and get the tackle with 2 minutes in the half. Jumbo formation. Tuloto's got the direct snap off the right side. Nobody there to stop him. He's going to push forward to about the 14-yard line before he's pushed out of bounds by Gore and Hill. He is a problem from that Wildcat position. When he's got 2 or 3 lead blockers, there's just not a heck of a lot a person can do.
No.
They're going to line up in that same formation. He's going to get the snap, go to the left this time. He's got the blockers, he's got the space. Gore comes in to drag him down with the hips.
Did they get in, or?
And he'll be down just shy. He tried to extend the ball out, but Gore got him drugged down right before he hit the goal line. Should be inbounds, so once they get the ball set, the clock will roll at 1:48, and there it goes. Once again from the Wildcats. Tullamoto's got it. He's got the snap, this time going up the middle, plunges forward, and the defensive lineman, running back, plunges in for the touchdown to go up 27-7. And we await the extra point. They went for 2 on the last one. They're going to kick the extra point here. Setting up to hold, Navier. And to kick, kicker Garcia. It is up and good. So Cheesemakers will go up 28-7 here in this contest with 1:39 in the half. Tillamook Cheesemakers, we knew it was going to be a problem for the Fishermen to deal with, and taking a look at what they have for offensive weapons, and I tell you what, they're going to be a problem for a lot of teams, Bob.
They sure are.
This is a fun team to watch if you're a Tillamook Cheesemaker fan, and these fans here showing their support in the stands as the Cheesemakers extend their lead 28-7. They've got a big squad and a lot of offensive firepower, and yes, I'll say it again, I'm not stuttering. That is a defensive lineman.
That is also
running back,
and he's doing it.
And he is a big, strong kid. Tullamotu, I think I'm saying that name correctly. If not, I'll probably learn it eventually, I'm sure of it.
And with his parents, I'll tell you what, they're all decked out in Niners gear, Rob, so they're your type of people.
Matthias Tullamotu, senior. He is a problem and will be for a lot of teams. The kickoff up and in. Cruz is going to return it for the Fishermen. From the 15, he goes up the right sideline, finds a little space, a little more this time as he lunges forward to about the 34-yard line. That's where the Fishermen will try to close out the half with an answer.
Next up, we have Olivia Bentham.
So far, still a calm evening as far as weather goes. A little mist coming in, but not terrible, just a little haze. I think we'd call that a marine layer kind of floating above.
Yep.
54 degrees, cloudy skies under dark skies. It is a fall evening, one that you would expect.
Football weather.
Football weather indeed. And here comes the snap. Shacker's got it. Looks, throws, and
and mishandled.
Almost intercepted for the Cheesemakers. Vincent Maciel was right there, and it fell out of his hands. Shacker trying to look for the inside pass, and the linebacker floated back and just about took off with an interception. Got a Mariner on base here in the bottom of 9. It is tied 2-2 with 2 outs now. And it is designated hitter Rivera's at bat. 3 wide receivers to the left, 1 to the right for the Fishermen. Shacker rolls to the strong side, looks down the middle. He's got Hawkins, and the defender, the ball, and the receiver all got there at the same time, according to the official. The Fishermen wanted the pass interference, and boy, it was close as all 3 converged in the same location at the same time, and it's going to be an incomplete pass on a 3rd and 10. Now with 1:24 to go. Shacker gets the call, runs it in. Clock is stopped with the incomplete pass. Three receivers to the left for Shacker. He's got 1 to the right. That's the short side of the field, and he calls for the ball and gets it. Looks to the strong side. Ball's tipped at the line and will fall to the turf. Just past the line of scrimmage. Lost all its gusto and couldn't get into the defenders, which is probably a good thing because that floating ball with the defenders underneath,
they're not tough to catch.
Had a chance to get there. 1:21 to go, and it looks like Gore will line up to punt. He'll stand with his heels on the 20-yard line. 28-7, the Cheesemakers set to return. And the snap is handled. Gore's got it. The ball is up.
Blocked.
It hits, and it's going to scamper down to the 30, down to the 20, down to the 15, and will come to rest right there at the 15 as it rolls to a stop.
Great punt.
Good punt indeed. If you're going to get one of those low liner, roly-poly kind of punts out, you don't want to kick it directly to the return man. You want to get it on the ground and rolling.
Yep.
Gore did a good job of rolling that one down to the 15, so that's where the Cheesemakers will start with 1:08 in the half and a lead at 28-7. Mariners and Tigers still tied at 2. Bottom of 9.
Looks like we're going to have free extra baseball, Rob.
And it could potentially be that instance. Cheesemakers hand the ball off, looking content to run the clock out. Garcia will run to the right side with it, get the clock started, and get back to the line of scrimmage, and maybe just a yard or 2 more, so it'll bring up a 2nd and 8. It is the end of 9, 2-2, so there it is. We are getting into some free baseball. Here at Tillamook's field, the Cheesemakers looking to throw, get one over the edge, and it is incomplete. Trying to hit Evans on a crosser, and the ball was low and away and out of reach of the receiver. That'll bring up a 3rd and 8. Now for the Cheesemakers with 31 seconds left in the half. Fishermen find themselves down by 3 scores now. On defense, trying to get a stop as the Cheesemakers are on their 17-yard line with a 3rd and 17. Hand off to Garcia. Will get maybe a yard, maybe 2.
Great job of Astoria to blow up that play and stop it early.
Silas Yates from the linebacker position came up, made the stop. We're going to call it actually a no gain altogether. And the Cheesemakers are not going to call a play, and the Fishermen are not going to force them into one on 4th and 8. So that will end the half. We'll take a timeout and come back to look at it and see if we can break out what's going on with the Mariners and Detroit Tigers. Maybe we'll get a finish during halftime here as we bring you tonight's Astoria High Fighting Fishermen football game on ESPN 106.3.
Are you currently in the market for a new car, truck, or SUV? Then look no further than Dane Gouge's Astoria Ford. With hundreds of makes and models to choose from, you're bound to find something you want, including the Ford F-150, best-selling truck in America 47 years running. Stop by Dane Gouge's Astoria Ford today and take a test drive and find that new vehicle you have always wanted. Whether you're buying, selling, or trading, you always get the best deal at Dane Gouge's Astoria Ford, 1809 Ensign Lane across from Costco Gas, or visit them online at AstoriaFord.net.
Hi, I'm Renee, contractor and owner of Lucky Duck LLC. Since 2011, we've provided Clatsop and Pacific counties with professional HVAC duct cleaning and dryer vent system cleaning. Residential and commercial customers, call me 503-717-2231.
Lucky Duct with a T, LLC. Your HVAC contractors. Clatsop and Pacific counties. Residential and commercial. Trained and professional technicians. Visit us online. Lucky Duct with a T, LLC.
Be ready for your future with Clatsop Community College. Take college-level classes at CCC while still in high school and transfer them to a university when you're ready. Or take technical education classes to develop your skills to be prepared for in-demand jobs in the region. Clatsop Community College can help you be ready for your future. Contact the admissions office or check out clatsopcc.edu for more information on all the programs and transfer options available. Start here, go anywhere with Clatsop Community College.
Seaside Outlets. Over 100,000 square feet of savings and shopping. Great food for every member of your family. Featuring great names in retail like Nike, Eddie Bauer, Pendleton, Bath & Body Works, Rack Room Shoes, Rue 21, and Carter's. And it's all just a few blocks from the beach. Plus, there's no sales tax.
Seaside Outlets, 1111 North Roosevelt Highway 101 and 12th Avenue. Visit seasideoutlets.com.
Hungry? Thirsty? Craving something delicious? Get to the Peter Pan Market and Deli in Astoria. They've got your cravings covered, from fresh sandwiches and salads to gourmet coffee and snacks. The deli is stocked with hand-picked ingredients, ensuring the highest quality in every bite. Need groceries? You're covered there too, with a wide selection of necessities and locally sourced products. The Peter Pan Market and Deli at 712 Niagara Avenue in Astoria. Visit online at peterpantogo.com for online ordering options. Taste the difference at Peter Pan Market and Deli.
Joe's Mobile in Astoria, the home of Mobile Synergy Fuel and Diesel. Also, last-minute groceries, snacks, cold beverages, hunting and fishing licenses, propane, firewood, and so much more. Pump your own fuel during overnight hours or get friendly full service during regular daytime hours. EBT and all credit and debit cards are accepted. Fuel and Diesel, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
Get your mojo on at Joe's Mobile.
1701 Marine Drive in Astoria.
The Peter Pan Market and Deli is the perfect place to gather for a quick snack and one of their signature sandwiches before the game. Enjoy covered outdoor seating or sit inside with beers and ciders on tap and wine by the glass. You can relax with friends before heading to the game. Make Peter Pan Market and Deli your morning stop too. Grab a coffee and a bagel or other breakfast treat before work. Order ahead at peterpan2go.com. Peter Pan Market and Deli, 712 Niagara Avenue, Astoria. Your local corner store and more.
Are you currently in the market for a new car, truck, or SUV? Then look no further than Dane Gouge's Astoria Ford. With hundreds of makes and models to choose from, you're bound to find something you want, including the Ford F-150, best-selling truck in America 47 years running. Stop by Dane Gouge's Astoria Ford today and take a test drive and find that new vehicle you have always wanted. Whether you're buying, selling, or trading, you always get the best deal at Dane Gouge's Astoria Ford, 1809 Ensign Lane across from Costco Gas, or visit them online at AstoriaFord.net.
Seaside Outlets. Over 100,000 square feet of savings and shopping. Great food for every member of your family. Featuring great names in retail like Nike, Eddie Bauer, Pendleton, Bath & Body Works, Rack Room Shoes, Rue 21, and Carter's. And it's all just a few blocks from the beach. Plus, there's no sales tax.
Seaside Outlets, 1111 North Roosevelt Highway 101 and 12th Avenue. Visit seasideoutlets.com.
Hi, I'm Renee, contractor and owner of Lucky Duck LLC. Since 2011, we've provided Clatsop and Pacific counties with professional HVAC duct cleaning and dryer vent system cleaning. Residential and commercial customers, call me 503-717-2231.
Lucky Duct with a T, LLC. Your HVAC contractors. Clatsop and Pacific counties. Residential and commercial. Trained and professional technicians. Visit us online. Lucky Duct with a T, LLC.
Be ready for your future with Clatsop Community College. Take college-level classes at CCC while still in high school and transfer them to a university when you're ready. Or take technical education classes to develop your skills to be prepared for in-demand jobs in the region. Clatsop Community College can help you be ready for your future. Contact the admissions office or check out clatsopcc.edu for more information on all the programs and transfer options available. Start here, go anywhere with Clatsop Community College.
Marathon season is just around the corner, so quit running errands and start running for fun with North Coast Runners in Astoria. Stop in for nutrition on the go, info on local running groups, recommendations on where to run on the North Coast, and of course, all the gear you need, including being your Lululemon destination on the coast. Whether you're in Seaside, Napa, Astoria, Warrenton, or anywhere in between, North Coast Runners supports student athletes with available discounts. Check out northcoastrunners.com for more. Lace up and don't stop.
This is ESPN Radio on KKOR AM 1230 and 106.3 K2464BV, Astoria, Warrenton, Seaside. This is ESPN Radio.
Back here at Tillamook for tonight's contest, Fishermen and Cheesemakers underway here. 28-7 is the score at halftime. Once again, thanks for tuning in and catching today's contest here on ESPN 106.3. It's been pretty much all Tillamook here today.
Sure has.
As they've gotten away with 4 scores and Fishermen just getting the 1. Fishermen did a pretty good job early trying to keep the Tillamook Cheesemakers at bay, but Cheesemakers exploded in the second quarter and late in the first quarter.
Yes, they sure did, Rob. Astoria did a real good job of defense. They had 5 different turnovers on downs through the first quarter, with Tillamook with one big long bomb touchdown early on in the first. But unfortunately, coming into the second, Tillamook was able to score 3 times. Astoria had 1 explosive play that put them on the board, ending the second half at 28-7.
And, of course, here at the field here at Tillamook, we expected it to be a tough hill for the Fishermen to climb. This Cheesemaker team is very good, and we've seen that on display through 2 quarters of football already tonight. The Cheesemakers have some talent. They've got some size. And they just got a lot of problems to deal with.
They sure do. They've got the size advantage, they've got the speed advantage, and they've got a quarterback that can put that ball 60 yards down the field in a moment's notice.
And on a rope, too. He's thrown a couple of nice big bombs. The 38-yard touchdown to open things up was just a nice streaker down the sideline that he overthrew the coverage on, and then he had another one for about 30, 40 yards again. It ended up being a 48-yard touchdown, but on the ground it flew 30 yards on a line in a right spot. The receiver just ran underneath of it, snatched it, and scampered a few extra yards in, and that would have been a 100-yard touchdown had he been on the end line there.
That's right.
He's just throwing a rope, and the speed, Boomer, it was one of the problems for the Tillamook Cheesemakers. He's just got speed.
He sure does. Yeah, speed and size. Yeah.
You know, when these 35 seniors graduate this year here for the cheer team and the football program, the rest of the league is going to, I guess, send them a graduation gift.
Yeah, no joke.
This team is stacked. I mean, there's just no other way to say it. They've got the seniors. They've just got size, speed, and
as good as this team is, looking at it, and them to lose to Cascade by 4 scores, I would hate to see what Cascade's got right now.
It'd be a fun game to go watch again. 1 and 2 Cascade, see what they've got in their bag of tricks, because this is a big, strong team. And you know what? Maybe that was early enough, and maybe they were resting some players. I don't know all the specifics about it, and we just don't exactly know what that game entailed entirely. And maybe Tillamook had some guys out. Maybe they didn't. I don't know.
They did not. No, it was.
It'd be interesting to see that one again, because this team definitely has the ability, with the size and speed and strength they are showing tonight, to put up some points on some teams, and they get a good chance to run the Co-op League, in all honesty. And I'm sure that Coach Rube would love for his team to do that. But I also know that somewhere deep down, he's probably pretty happy for Kai Johnson.
Oh, yeah.
If you're
going to have a rival like this to be able to do it, might as well be a guy you showed how to do it.
You know, if you're going to get whooped a little bit, I guess it doesn't hurt as bad, or maybe it hurts worse. I don't know. I'll have to ask Rube next week when he comes in for the coaches show. Is it worse or better to get whooped by, a guy you trained how to do it?
Yeah, exactly.
The protege has, become the teacher, I guess, at this point. So Kai Johnson helped out by Daniel Lusby, Daniel Seaholm, Ryan Smith, Greg Eschlenor, and Ryan Lewis. And, of course, not all the credit goes to Kai Johnson, but to the rest of his staff as well. They put together a pretty good group of coaches and a great group of players, and they are putting on a display tonight. The Fishermen just don't have a lot of answers. They're doing their best, but, trying to drag down a defensive lineman running back is not easy.
No, it's not.
Those situations are not usually ripe for, a lot of big tackles in the backfield. They've gotten a couple of stops on him, but boy, oh boy, when they set up in that jumbo set, that Wildcat set, and he takes a direct snap, you just don't really have a hell of a lot of chances to tackle a guy when he's got 4 lead blockers at that size.
Exactly.
When you wipe out the defensive lineman, potentially a linebacker, and you're putting him up against defensive backs or just flat-out smaller guys, I mean, that is just as unfair as an advantage as it gets. And Cheesemakers,
shy of a Sherman tank coming down.
Exactly. You thought the tush push was unfair.
Yeah.
Watch this play, right?
Exactly.
And they've utilized that a little bit here tonight. Towards the end of the half, they've been able to do that. They've also gone spread and thrown the ball around a little bit. But boy, oh boy, when they want to, they can make things happen. And the Fishermen just need to come out in the second half. They'll get the ball to start things and just fight. That's the only thing they can do is just fight.
They're the fighting fishermen for a reason. They're
Exactly.
going to have to do it.
We're going to take one more timeout. Should be back for second half kickoff. And just a quick update in the bottom of the 10th. The Mariners at bat. And it is 2-2 between the Mariners and Detroit Tigers as they go into extra innings. And we're getting ready for our second half coming up in just about 5 minutes right here on ESPN 106.3. Thanks for tuning in tonight to catch Astoria High Fighting Fishermen football.
Hi, I'm Renee, contractor and owner of Lucky Duck LLC. Since 2011, we've provided Clatsop and Pacific counties with professional HVAC duct cleaning and dryer vent system cleaning. Residential and commercial customers, call me 503-717-2231.
Lucky Duck with a T, LLC. Your HVAC contractors. Clatsop and Pacific counties. Residential and commercial. Trained and professional technicians. Visit us online. Lucky Duck with a T, LLC.
Seaside Outlets, over 100,000 square feet of savings in Body Works, Rack Room Shoes, Rue 21, and Carter's. And it's all just a few blocks from the beach. Plus, there's no sales tax.
Seaside Outlets, 1111 North Roosevelt Highway 101 and 12th Avenue. Visit seasideoutlets.com.
Be ready for your future with Clatsop Community College. Take college-level classes at CCC while still in high school and transfer them to a university when you're ready. Or take technical education classes to develop your skills to be prepared for in-demand jobs in the region. Clatsop Community College can help you be ready for your future. Contact the admissions office or check out clatsopcc.edu for more information on all the programs and transfer options available. Start here, go anywhere with Clatsop Community College.
Are you currently in the market for a new car, truck, or SUV? Then look no further than Dane Gouge's Astoria Ford. With hundreds of makes and models to choose from, you're bound to find something you want, including the Ford F-150, best-selling truck in America, 47 years running. Stop by Dane Gouge's Astoria Ford today and take a test drive and find that new vehicle you have always wanted. Whether you're buying, selling, or trading, you always get the best deal at Dane Gouge's Astoria Ford, 1809 Ensign Lane across from Costco Gas, or visit them online at AstoriaFord.net.
Hi, folks. These sports teams that we follow pride themselves on a long tradition of excellence. The same goes for the place you choose for your home loan. Northwest Lending Group is one of the longest continually operating mortgage lenders in Clatsop County. We've been here over 20 years. I invite you to give us a try. Let us show you how we've earned over 98% customer satisfaction rating. Find us at 1227 Commercial Street in Astoria, by phone at 503-325-4116, or apply online at nwlendinggroup.com.
Northwest Lending Group is an equal housing lender. NMLS 1469420, ML2891.
Marathon season is just around the corner, so quit running errands and start running for fun with North Coast Runners in Astoria. Stop in for nutrition on the go, info on local running groups, recommendations on where to run on the North Coast, and of course, all the gear you need, including being your Lululemon destination on the coast. Whether you're in Seaside, Napa, Astoria, Warrenton, or anywhere in between, North Coast Runners supports student athletes with available discounts. Check out northcoastrunners.com for more. Lace up and don't stop.
Attention sports fans, looking for the most comprehensive and exciting coverage of your favorite teams and athletes? Tune into KAST 1370 AM for Oregon State University Beaver football. And on 106.3 ESPN, catch University of Oregon Duck football, the Seahawks, and Astoria High Fighting Fishermen football. And on 106.3 ESPN, catch the Coaches Show, the Rube Report, every Friday at 6 p.m. with a look at what's going on with Astoria High's athletic director, Coach Howard Rube. Brought to you locally by Peter Pan Market and Deli, Astoria Ford, Joe's Mobile, the Seaside Outlets, Northwest Lending Group, Clatsop Community College, Lucky Duct HVAC and Dryer Duct Cleaning, and North Coast Runner Supply. Cheer on your favorite teams. 1, 2, 3, 4. You're listening to Astoria High School Sports on 106.3 ESPN Radio.
Welcome back here to Doc Adams Field. It is the Fishermen and the Cheesemakers battling tonight. And we were just a few short moments away from our second half kickoff as they celebrated at halftime and celebrating Think Pink Night, trying to help out in the fight against cancer here at Tillamook Field, and also celebrating seniors tonight, senior night as well. And I do believe I hear that there is some Moe's chowder available too. So
I'm seeing that, and some pretty good looking chili too.
If I'd brought a little extra cash, these fans sitting here next to me, I'd at least make them go get me some food. But,
you know, that's one thing about coming to Tillamook. There's always really good food.
They do usually have some pretty good food. I see a couple of food carts, the usual concession stand, then they've got another one set up on the other side there, and yeah. It might turn into a John Madden, Pat Summerall second half if we sample the food wares here in Tillamook. For those old enough to know that reference, thanks for listening. For those who don't know that reference,
you're probably not listening to YouTube.
Look it up.
That one.
Yeah, don't forget you can also find this if you're listening to ESPN 106.3 and you want to share with your friends. You can find us on our YouTube channel where you can listen live as we bring you Astoria High Sports. You can tune in at our YouTube channel. Just look for ESPN 106.3 Astoria, and you can follow us there. Do the old, what do the kids say? Like, link, and share and stuff. You know?
Click that bell and,
subscribe to the page. You'll get notified when we go live with an event. We hope to continue this into basketball and softball as well as much as we can. Of course, we do run into some hiccups when it comes to postseason play with the OSAA and different rules and regulations they have for broadcasting games. But for as many times as we can try to do it, we'll try to bring you the live stream via our YouTube channel. There also, those games will be cataloged there as well. So
that's right.
You can go back and listen to old games, and if we say something dumb, please don't point it out in the comments. Don't pick on us too hard.
Yep. Nobody picks on us as hard as we do. So
you can also catch reruns of the old shows of the Rube Report if you happen to miss one and want to know what's happening with Astoria High Athletics or see how bad his picks were. You can always catch the Rube Report stored there as well. So check it out, ESPN 106.3 on the YouTube channel. And make sure you type in the ESPN 106.3 Astoria. You'll get right there. Follow and share and subscribe, and you'll stay up to date. You can also follow along at ESPN 106.3. Big, exciting weekend of sports taking place. The Seattle Mariners, Detroit Tigers now in the top of 11. The Tigers up to bat. 2-2 is where they're deadlocked at. Mariners scored late in regulation, about 7th inning, I believe it was, to tie things up, and they have stayed deadlocked at 2-2. Mariners were up early 1-0, and the Tigers jumped up 2-1, and then the Mariners came back and got that one back to knot it up. And here now in the bottom of the 11th with one out and a runner on second, the Detroit Tigers are at bat trying to get the lead runner across, the go-ahead runner, before the Mariners can come back up to bat. We're just a few short seconds away from our second half kickoff here at Doc Adams Field underneath the awning. And
keep wanting to call it Patch Adams Field or something.
Comfortable evening, 57 and cool. It is a fall October evening, but in the grand scheme of things, it's comfortable.
Sure is.
Nothing a long sleeve shirt or a hoodie or a light jacket isn't going to help you with. And in all honesty, not a lot of wind either. It's comfortable. It's calm.
Sure is.
Fishermen find themselves down in this one 28-7. I'm Rob Kovacs with Bob Wilkie here for the call of the Astoria High Fighting Fishermen. And we've got just a few short games left, or you should say a few games left of the short season. Obviously the rest of this game, and then it's Seaside, Scappoose, and then off to Halloween Town for a Halloween night scare game against the St. Helens Lions.
Always exciting when we play St. Helens.
It's always exciting when we play St. Helens in Halloween Town. So the Goonies against Halloween Town, it's going to be a fun one, I think, on Halloween night.
See if they got Debbie Reynolds come out at halftime, right?
We'll dress up even.
That's right.
I won't tell you what my costume is. You'll just have to tune in to find out. I'll dress up as a radio announcer calling a football game.
That's right. And I'll do a YouTube streamer. How about that?
There you go. Fishermen and Cheesemakers just about ready to go here in the second half. The Fishermen will return. Cruz and Virus back to return. And it is the kicker for the Cheesemakers, Gomez, with a nice big boot. That'll go over Cruz's head and shoot into the end zone for a touchback. That ball hit and shot right into the back of the end zone for a touchback. So good job by Cruz to let it go once he saw he wasn't going to be able to get to it. And the Fishermen will start from the 20. Trying to make a little noise here, trying to get back into this thing. Down 28-7. There is still an opportunity. I've watched high school football long enough to know that anything is possible.
Yep.
Fishermen just need to try to pull it together, make some noise, and see if they can't get themselves something out of this drive. And even better yet, before looking ahead, see what they can come up with for the Cheesemakers on the next possession they get. So first things first, though, they got to get something out of this one. And with four wide receivers, Shacker moves his running back off to his left hip.
Got him to jump.
And didn't call the flag, retreated enough. And this time Shacker is going to keep it and go down.
It's going to be close to a first down.
He's going to be right at it. He's going to go down, give himself up. They're going to say the dive started back at the 8-yard.
It's going to be at the 20
gain, so it's going to be just an 8-yard gain. 2nd and 2. That's one of those situations if the quarterback gives himself up, they don't necessarily put it where it lands. They give you where you started to give yourself up. So while Shacker fell forward close to the first down, unfortunately it's kind of where he starts to give himself up. 28-7, clock is ticking, under 12 here now in the half, and that one is a quick pass out to Hawkins, will get tackled for a loss. They tried to hit him on the quick hitter on the left side, and it'll be 3rd and about 5 as he loses 2, maybe even 3 there. Trying to get Hawkins on the little retreat and a quick hitter and see if he can pick up some blocks. He was unable to. And so here we are with under 11 minutes in the quarter. And it is 28-7 with the Fishermen facing a third and long 4, close to 5. Jacker waits for it, sends Gore in motion, fakes the handoff, and Yates is going to take it up the middle. And excuse me, that is Johnson pushing forward. He'll be close. Finally wrestled down at the 30.
Should be good for a first down there, and it is.
Yeah, I was going to say he was really close to it, and he did get it by just a little bit. Second effort there as they got piled up and pushed forward. Good job by the Fishermen to convert and move the chains.
Good, consistent. Just keep moving that ball, pick up those first downs, and make something happen.
Shacker calls for it. He's got it. Looks quickly out here to his receiver, Winterstein. Can't shake the tackle. Cut down after a short gain. Good job by the defender. And I believe that was Boomer slicing in and cutting out his legs.
It's going to be good for 5. Maybe 4.
A long 4 and a short 5. It's going to be a long 5.5, maybe 6 yards to go here for the Fishermen now on second down. But a great quick hitter and a great job by the Cheesemakers to rally and get the tackle. Keep it to just a short gain. There was a little green grass if he was able to shake free, but couldn't. 3 wide receivers out to his right. The handoff up the middle, and cutting up the middle is Yates. That'll be for a first down. That'll be up to about the 49, or excuse me, the 44.
Great way to just sneak on through and shoot those gaps.
It was a great job by Shacker. He handed off and did what a quarterback's supposed to do. Turn around and fake the throw out to nobody. And, you know, you might think, why are you doing that? If it freezes the linebacker or the defensive back, just that split second that it gives Yates to stick his cleat in the grass or fake turf, you know, that's all you need. So great job by Shacker to continue with the fake. It's one thing that a lot of times in high school, those things get overlooked or underlooked. Shacker hands it off once again, and this time slipping in the backfield. Unfortunately, trying to cut and go up the middle was Yates, and he's going to get stopped for a big loss there as he tried to stick his foot in the grass, and, well, his feet.
Found a pothole.
Yeah, he found a puddle or something out there because he just completely slipped down on his side there, and, yeah, that was just an unfortunate situation where he was trying to stick and go, kind of get a little cut back in, and he fell, and there was Cheesemaker there before he could get up, do anything about it. I'm going to call it a 4-yard loss. And so the Fishermen with 8 minutes here in the third quarter. Wait, blitz is coming. Yates gets the fake handoff. They get the ball out to Hawkins, who picks up a block and a couple as Gore gets him free to about the 47, 48. 49 where the official stands. So
I hear 50, 51.
One official standing at the 49, and they put it just behind it. So not a bad get out there. They picked up some extra yards and shortened the third down. Got behind the pile there on the far sideline, and I'm trying to guess at where he went out of bounds, and I got fairly close.
Looks like Mariners got out of trouble at the top of the 11th, and they're got the Tigers out without scoring.
Shacker throws through the hands of the defender and couldn't get tracked down by Johnson and almost intercepted. Fishermen will face a fourth down, and they'll have a decision to make here. It'll be up to Coach Rube to make the choice of punt or keep going for it, and it looks like here down a couple of scores, 3 scores.
Probably need to go for this.
They're going to go for it.
Yep.
Yates comes off the field. Shacker gets the call in. Runs it out to his crew. Gore, Winterstein come out to the right side, closest to us as they move left to right. Shacker waits for the call, moves Hawkins in motion, gets the snap, rolls this way. He's got the medium receiver open. Beautiful. Winterstein with the catch. And yes, they're going to give him the catch.
Yep.
He went down to the turf.
But he had it.
And got his forearms under it. So at the 40-yard line, it's 1st and 10 for the Fishermen. Great job by Shacker to find Winterstein. Good job by Winterstein to cradle that ball and get his arms under it instead of using the turf to make the catch.
That's right.
Cheesemakers wanted an incompletion, but good job by the Fishermen there to move the chains. Winterstein will come out to the right side. He'll be the lone receiver closest to us. 3 receivers on the other side. Gore, Hawkins. And it's a handoff up the middle and breaking a couple of tackles and pushing forward. Nice strong run. Still not going down. Jack Johnson finally getting wrestled backwards, but
he's going to be good for 4 yards, maybe 5.
Forward progress is going to give him a few for sure.
They're going to give him 4.
Nice run by Johnson on that one. Fishermen trying to make something happen here on this drive, and so far doing a pretty good job of it.
Yeah. Taking 6 minutes off the clock and moved it up about 60 yards.
28-7, the Fishermen come out in the 4 wide receiver set. Shacker keeps Johnson in the backfield with him and rolls to the strong side. The far side looks to throw on the sideline.
Oh, one-handed.
One hands one right there at the
and a late
stick.
flag.
It's going to be a short gain, but the drag out of bounds may result in an extra 15. Waiting for the call from the official. They're going to say a tackle for loss as he went out of bounds just behind the yard marker. It's going to be a short loss if it is. And the officials huddle up and discuss the penalty. Personal foul against the Cheesemakers. So it's going to be a first down for the Fishermen after the 15 yards. And I think the continuation out of bounds was the culprit.
They spun him after he was out.
They got him out of bounds and continued the contact, and I think that's what they, or at least that's what the officials didn't like. The Cheesemaker fans here don't like the call, but, you know, player safety is the key, and unfortunately it was blocked by some players and a post in front of me, but it did look like they continued him out of bounds, and according to the officials, they did not disengage
when they were supposed to.
When the official thought maybe they could have, so.
Yep.
Here we go, 1st and 10, 22-yard line. Fishermen send 2 to either side. Yates in the backfield, and the Fishermen will give 5 back as Bali false starts.
Yep.
Adrian Bali rocked back on his heels, and as an offensive lineman, at just one of those precarious positions because all of a sudden your butt gets really heavy and you just can't stop yourself.
That's right.
It's just one of those, it's the stance of an offensive lineman. And I dare you at some point to make that stance and then start to lean back. Momentum just is one of those things that doesn't stop very well.
That's right.
He kind of leaned back and he's like, I can't, I got to go.
Here we go.
Sorry, guys. So, Fishermen give 5 back there, 1st and 15. Shacker waits for the snap. Sends Hawkins in motion, fakes it, looks deep. He's going to try to hit.
He does.
Gore on the fade and got him down the sideline for a touchdown. The Fishermen pay off the drive and overcome the penalty to hit Gore on the sideline. What a great pass and reception by Gore and Shacker. The 2 hook up for 6. And the Fishermen cut into the lead. Now 28-13 with 5:04 in the third. The Fishermen will line up Winterstein for the extra point. A couple of penalties from both teams on that drive, but the Fishermen eventually pay off the long touchdown pass. And a great job by the Fishermen and Shacker and Gore to hook up and connect. Snap is down, kick is up, whistles blow, kick is good. And defensive encroachment. We'll see if Rube decides to take points off the board and scoot the ball up closer. This is one of those situations you see from time to time in the NFL or even in college when they scoot the ball up and cut that extra yard off and like, sure you don't want to go for 2 now?
Yeah.
And sometimes they do and get stuffed and you're like, why'd you take points off the board? You had the extra points.
That's right. Rube did throw his arms up in the air straight up, so I think he's going to say it's good.
The kick was good. The officials did make that. So did they determine that he touched him and the play was dead? If the defensive player got into the neutral zone and it looks like, nope, they're going to scoot it up, take the points off the board. So Rube wants 2, not 1.
All right.
They're going to send the offense out. Now when you cut that 2-yard kicking zone to just the yard, the Fishermen think that they might be able to get into maybe their jumbo set and push one in. It's going to be an effort against that defensive line of the Cheesemakers.
I wish them luck.
Fishermen break huddle. They're going to go in the jumbo set. Shacker will go under center. And the snap on the extra point is a handoff to Byros, who cuts the corner and gets in. No, we'll see with the effect. Yes,
he's in.
Second effort as they try to spin him out. He spins through and gets in. So the decision to go for two pays off for Coach Rube. He moves the point total to the awkward 28-15 mark. I say awkward because if the Fishermen are able to come away with a couple more scores here, that could alter what the Fishermen decide to do, whether go for one or go for two again.
That's right.
28-15. Good job by the Fishermen to drive down and get the score, get the points, and put 8 on the board, not 7.
5 minutes left to find those JV football players.
So 28-15, 5:04 in the third quarter. The Fishermen strike again. And that is exactly what the Fishermen needed to do to open up the second half. Respond.
Exactly.
They did just that. A couple of penalties by the Cheesemakers helped things out, but the Fishermen took advantage of them, and that's exactly what you're supposed to do. If the defense is going to give you yards, you take them.
Yeah, take them all the way down and turn those yards into points.
Nice bomb by Shacker to Gore to get the touchdown. Right around 20 yards, a nice hookup. As Shacker found Gore streaking down the left sideline. And now the Fishermen line up to kick off. And I'm going to talk about something once we get this kickoff out of the way here, because I don't know if you've noticed it yet, Bob, but I'm looking at it right now, and I think it just dawned on me.
Yep.
The onside kick is up and handled. Almost mishandled, but a good job by the Tillamook Cheesemaker player there. That was Corvus, I believe, 28, who handled the onside kick. Luke Corbus it was. You know, looking at the kickoff there, I'm looking over at the Astoria Fishermen sideline, and Fishermen send 11 guys out now on defense, and nothing changes here because it's always 11 on 11. But you look at the reserves for the Fishermen, and you got
like 5.
You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, I think, in uniform.
Right.
A few out. And you look at the Tillamook Cheesemakers.
And they've got like 3 more teams.
And they've got a whole nother squad plus.
Yep.
Their numbers and size, and it's just a remarkable thing here. And I'll be honest with you, tonight I'll be cheering for the Fishermen and hoping they can come back and beat the Tillamook Cheesemakers. But moving forward in a, spirit of competition, tell you what, this team is going to be a tough one to handle. Coming up to stuff the run is Bali coming up, senior, making a big hit on the defensive end running back, Matthias Tillamotu, and getting him for just no gain.
Yeah, that was a huge hit there.
He got tangled up, and Bali came in and put the wall up on him and made sure he didn't go anywhere.
Yeah. About all you can do against that guy, too.
He's a little bit like Travis Henry out here for the Cheesemakers. They fake the handoff, get the swing pass out, catching a few extra yards and getting free close to a first down. Garcia comes away with the catch from Hurleman. And a nice hookup will get them close. It'll be third down and about 2, maybe 3, 2 it looks like, where they set the ball. And Matthias Tillamotu comes back into the backfield. I wouldn't be surprised if they run the Wildcat here, and that's exactly what they're doing as they go to the jumbo set.
Nostradamus that one.
And the almost impossible play to stop.
First down.
3 yards, cloud of dust, and a first down. It'll be first down for the Cheesemakers here. That is one of the toughest plays to stop when you got a guy that size and 3 lead blockers.
Yep.
They're going to line up in it again. He's the deep back and the Wildcat. Looks for the snap. He's got it out of the shotgun, gets it, goes off the right side, and a cloud of dust. He'll pile up another 3.
Good for 5.
They're going to say 5 on the announcer's booth, and I think that's a generous 5. Looks closer to 3 to me, where they set the marker. They're going to line up that Wildcat one more time. 3:05, the clock ticks. And here he goes, off the right side this time, into the backfield. That is Colt Kelly getting in there and getting his hands on his hips and trying to bring him backwards. It'll be a short gain. Maybe no gain. Looks like that's what the officials are going to mark, is almost no gain. It's nominal of any. So 3rd and 7. And the quarterback, Erleman, will come back out. Matthias will leave. So enough of the Wildcat. We're going to go back to a regular offense here for this 3rd and 7. That is the only benefit, is after about 3 or 4 of those, he gets tuckered out. They got to switch it out. 4 wide receivers. The Fishermen cover them up. They got 3 out, or 4 all the way to the left here. And a man in motion, false start.
I was going to say, they don't call that one. They got the number 5 for Tillamook.
Garcia, the junior, didn't move in motion. He went forward. So take 5 yards away. It's going to be 3rd and long now for the Cheesemakers here in the 3rd quarter. Just the way the Fishermen wanted to start this second half, with a score, and the Cheesemakers in trouble here with a 3rd and long. Last time this happened about this part of the field, it was a 38-yard bomb.
That's right.
Fishermen have to be on their toes. Watch out for Boomer streaking down the sideline, who lines up outside closest to us, moving right to left. 4 wide receivers on this side, and Hurleman rolls this way to look. And he looks short, deep, long, and there's Boomer. Winterstein there, overthrown. Winterstein there doing a good job of keeping his head on the receiver. And it's going to be an incomplete pass, and the Fishermen force a 4th and long from the Cheesemakers. And it looks as though the Cheesemakers may punt for the first time tonight, Bob.
Wow.
From the 44-yard line, they line up for the punt, trying to set the Fishermen back deep. And Gore is deep to return. The kick is up. Penalty flag flies before we get started. Ball hits and bounces high and up and will die at the 9-yard line. They may re-kick this. Let's see what the official on the sideline is here. Usually when the flag flies that early, it's either an illegal alignment or encroachment. False start is going to be the call. So I think if you're the Fisherman, I think you take the 5 yards and make them do it again.
Make them do it again, yeah.
You don't want the ball on the 10-yard line.
No.
So see if you can't better that.
See you get a touchback, or see if you can
get a return. So they'll scoot 5 yards back and redo it. Now in the top of 12, Tigers up to bat, 2-2 against the
words out of my mouth, Rob.
Figured we'd just jump into that quick. Yeah, so didn't mean to steal your thunder
you're
there.
Good. Nothing to report. Almost a double game going tonight, though.
Got a man on first for the Tigers here in the 12th. No outs. So the call is false start. There's the official call, and they'll march 5 yards back. Illegal formation, actually, is now what they're calling. Sorry, not false start, illegal formation. So they didn't like somebody not covering up an end. Usually what that means on a punt formation. Kick is, Bolly gets back there. Put some pressure on it. It's a high kick. Bounce at the 5 and into the end zone. So
good call.
Fishermen will get 10 yards out of this 5-yard penalty.
That's right.
Instead of getting the ball at the 10-yard line, Coach Rube accepts the penalty and declines the result and makes him kick again. It rolls into the end zone. They go to the 20 instead of the 10. So ultimately, good coaching decision. See if the Fishermen can put together another long drive and come away with another.
Yeah, they can. They did it before, and we got some fireworks going, Rob. I don't know quite what it's about, but something's going on.
Something's popping off to the side there over the roof of the school on the far side. Shacker waits for it. Got 4 wide receivers out. Fake handoff up the middle. They hit on the left side. Hawkins, who shakes a tackle, and he's going to get about 8 or 7. See where he stuck his foot out of bounds. Looking where the official goes, it looks like it's a 7.5, 8-yard gain.
Second down and 4 for the Fishermen.
I'm going to say just 6, though. Must have had his foot out of bounds a little bit farther back than I thought he had. So
got his back foot out.
1:29 in the quarter. Here in the third, the Fishermen fighting the Cheesemakers. Starting the second half with a score and holding the Cheesemakers without. They've crawled back into this and turned it into a 28-15 game. And Shacker hands off. Yates shakes through a tackle. He gets stood up.
It's going to be a no gain or very short.
I think maybe 2. Forward progress might give him. They're going to mark him right at about the 30, so it will be about a 2-yard gain. Got a little forward progress as he got forward and then stood up A couple of Cheesemakers came in on either side and got their shoulder pads in his ribs and couldn't get any farther. So 3rd and short. Fishermen have an opportunity to move the chains again here, as the new phrase seems to pop up more and more, trying to just stay ahead of the chains.
That's right.
Shacker goes under center, and they run the quarterback sneak, and against the big defensive line, Shacker plunges forward for 2.
That's all he needs.
We'll see where they officially give it to him. He fell forward for 2, but it looks like they're going to give him just the 1. 1.5 maybe. And indeed, it does move the sticks. Against that big defensive line, Shacker was able to sneak in, use his smaller frame to find the crease and find the soft spot to get that first down with 20 seconds left on the third quarter clock. Fishermen send 2 receivers to either side with Shacker calling for the ball. He's going to keep it himself this time and follow a lead blocker up for
no gain.
No gain, it looks like. I think, Bob, I think you got it. McDonald of the Cheesemakers flies in for the stop. And they're going to give him, we'll call it a football. They did move the stick by just a bit, and that will do it for the third quarter. We'll put 12 back on and come back for the fourth from Tillamook. Right here on ESPN 106.3 is the Fishermen and the Cheesemakers battle at Duck Adams Field.
Contractor and owner of Lucky Duck LLC. Since 2011, we've provided Clatsop and Pacific counties with professional HVAC duct cleaning and dryer vent system cleaning. Residential and commercial customers, call me 503-717-2231.
Lucky Duck with a T LLC. Your HVAC contractors, Clatsop and Pacific counties, residential and commercial, trained and professional technicians. Visit us online. Lucky Duck with a T LLC.
Are you currently in the market for a new car, truck, or SUV? Then look no further than Dane Gouge's Astoria Ford. With hundreds of makes and models to choose from, you're bound to find something you want, including the Ford F-150, best-selling truck in America, 47 years running. Stop by Dane Gouge's Astoria Ford today and take a test drive and find that new vehicle you have always wanted. Whether you're buying, selling, or trading, you always get the best deal at Dane Gouge's Astoria Ford, 1809 Ensign Lane across from Costco Gas, or visit them online at AstoriaFord.net.
This is ESPN Radio on KKOR AM 1230 and 106.3 K2464BV, Astoria, Warrenton, Seaside. This is ESPN Radio.
Welcome back here to Doc Adams Field. A quick pass by the Fishermen out to Morrow on the left side. Doesn't go anywhere, and the Fishermen get a short loss, maybe by just
got that football back.
Maybe an inch or two as Morrow tried to get free on the left side, and a quick pass. It's going to set up a 3rd and 9 for the Fishermen. 29-yard line. Excuse me, they are at the 33-yard line. 34-yard line as I look at the scoreboard, and they finally adjust it. The Fishermen send 3 receivers out to the right. Closest to us is Morrow. Shacker looks, calls for the ball, gets it, going to roll out to the strong side, and looks for his deep pass. Nope, can't find it, turns the corner, and gets forward.
He's still going.
He is out of bounds up at the 47-yard line. Big run by Shacker as he picks up almost 15 on the play, picks up the first down and a bunch more. And they're going to mark him out of bounds at the 49-yard line. A good run by Shacker as he turns the corner, cuts the edge, avoids the tackles, and picks up a huge 3rd and 9 conversion up to the 49-yard line. Wasn't sure on that far sideline if maybe he stepped out of bounds before the marker or not, but
it looked clean to me.
He skirted up the sideline right in front of his coaching staff and his reserves to put on a great play and pick up a huge first down for the Fishermen. 28-15, the Fishermen would love to get another one on the scoreboard here and put a little pressure on these Tillamook Cheesemakers. 2 wide receivers on either set. Shacker looks, fakes the handoff, follows Yates, and he'll go nowhere. Trying to get around the right side. Defensive end will snake out and handle it. And that defensive end is the defensive player and running back that we've been bragging on all night, Matthias Tillamook. He is a load of the defensive line. Big, strong, fast, quick, and like I said, he is fit. He is not a big guy like, he's not one of those guys that's just on the defensive line. He's.
I got your tickets to the dinner tomorrow night.
I wouldn't be surprised if he wasn't a sprinter at some point, too.
Exactly.
4 wide receivers out. Shacker has got the ball. He looks. He's looking deep down the right side, and that one goes over the shoulder of Winterstein. A little miscommunication there as Winterstein was inside, and Shacker threw outside of the end line and to the sideline. And when Winterstein turned back around, he put his arms out like, I was going this way, not that way.
That's right.
Just a little miscommunication between the quarterback and the receiver there. We'll set up a 2nd and 11 for the Fishermen. And now with 2 outs, Mariners Detroit.
Bases
are loaded. And right fielder Carpenter is at bat for the Tigers. 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Shacker's going to roll to the strong side, and somebody missed an assignment. Shacker gets back on it.
Trying to set up the reverse.
And somebody missed an assignment or a play, and Shacker got buried on a non-block.
4th down, Fishermen.
And the fumble wasn't much. It came out right as Shacker was getting drugged down, and he was able to fall right back on the ball. But it's going to bring a huge 4th down.
Yeah, 4th and 25.
The Fishermen are going to punt this one away.
Unfortunate, they had something rolling.
They did have something rolling again, and it truly was just unfortunate circumstances. You know, it just didn't work out. There was a missed assignment. Nice long spiral punt by Gore. Gets back to Garcia. Garcia picks up a block and heads down the right sideline. He's got some grass, and coming up to make the tackle is 57 and Yates for the Fishermen. That is Landon Reed coming up to make the tackle eventually after they cross the 50-yard line. Big return, though, is going to get him at the 42-yard line.
Got him almost to the point where they punted.
The Cheesemaker fans, you might hear, getting excited behind us, around us. Fishermen, Cheesemakers. Cheesemakers in good position across the 50-yard line, only needing 42 to go, and the Fishermen would love another big stop here with just under 9 minutes in the 4th quarter. Ball is ready. They hand off, and for the Fishermen, they get in, and Garcia's going to fight forward for about 6.
6 on the play. 2nd down.
Let's see where forward progress is. Maybe closer to 5, as his knee was down a little before he hit.
I think it's 5 yards, yes, sir.
And it looks like the Mariners may have pitched themselves out of trouble.
Wow. Great job.
Last name starts with an M. That's all I can make out.
The ball was in play, but it looks like out.
That's what I'm seeing too, Rob.
It looks like we're going to go to the bottom of 12, tied at 2 with the bases loaded. Tigers couldn't get a run across. Cheesemakers throw out to the right. Receiver's Boomer is open. Down the sideline, gets pushed out of bounds at the 23.
Yep.
The official puts his foot there, and that's indeed where it is. So
I watched his foot come out, so.
Cheesemakers with another 1st down, trying to add to this lead after the Fishermen have closed the gap 28-15. They closed it to within 2 scores and had a chance. They were on the move trying to get another one, but the Cheesemaker defense comes up, and the Fishermen with a blown assignment on offense. Shacker, unfortunately, gets sacked on a big loss, and Fishermen punt it away, and the Cheesemakers are trying to make something out of it with a short field. Handoff up the middle, and Garcia's going to get drugged down at the 20.
Garcia, about 3 yards on that one.
Hill drags down the ball carrier. The junior linebacker comes in and drags down Garcia at the 20. Be about a 3-yard gain. Fishermen continue to fight in this one. 3 receivers out to the left. Tomotu back in the backfield for Erlin. And the Cheesemakers on offense, facing the 3rd and 7. We'll hand it off to the big back. He'll shake a tackle and another and fight through some more and drag 4 Fishermen down to the 6-yard line, 7-yard line.
Talk about yak.
Yards after contact indeed. He gets down to the 7-yard line after fighting off a few fishermen. And he is just unfair.
Yeah.
He is a big, strong kid fighting his way down to the 7. This will be a 1st and goal now for the Cheesemakers. 6:45 to go. They line up in the heavy set. And this time it is going to be 21 taking the direct snap for the Cheesemakers out of the Wildcat formation. That is Mans, the senior, who will plunge forward for a few and be down at the, looks like from the...
About the 3?
4 far sideline will be at the 4.
Yeah.
28-15. Cheesemakers line up in the heavy set once again. Mans to get it. And off to the right side, finds the blocks and gets in.
No question on that one.
That'll give the Cheesemakers one more touchdown on the board here in the 4th quarter. That'll push their lead 34-15. Not a lot you can do to stop that one. And you get those 3 big blockers leading the way. Mans was able to sneak around the right side and get just enough to get in. So there we are, 34-15. And this time they set up to kick the extra point. Amari to hold, and Garcia to kick is good. Gomez, the kicker. Gomez, Garcia the running back. I'll get him straight eventually.
We got 6 minutes to do it,
Rob. 6 minutes to figure it out. Once again, now in the bottom of the 12th, 2-2 between the Tigers and Mariners. Here it is 35-15. The Cheesemakers able to punch one in, and not going to say it's impossible for the Fishermen now, but it certainly got a lot harder.
Sure did.
They were within 2 scores on the move, and then a big missed assignment caused about a 12 to 14-yard sack.
That Story hasn't had too many missteps, but 2 of them have really hurt them this game.
That one, that missed assignment, no penalty there. Just they were trying to run the reverse, and the reverse wasn't there, and lineman missed an assignment, or just didn't. Shacker just kind of got hung out to dry, way in deep in the backfield, and that's just the way it turned out. That one is returned by Cruz from the 17-yard line out to the 30, to the 35, to the 40. He'll go out of bounds right at about the 39, 40-yard line, maybe?
Yeah, I believe that's right, Rob. See where they spot this, but it's going to be somewhere right in there.
Right in front of his bench. The Astoria sideline, the far sideline from where we're at. We're set up just under the press box here. In the stands with the people tonight. 35-15.
Marking it nose, touching the 40.
Once again, I'm Rob Kovacs, joined by Bob Wilkie for the call of Astoria High Fighting Fishermen football. We'll be back with you in the friendly confines of CMH Field to take on Seaside coming up next week.
Clatsic Clash.
The first football version of it.
That's right.
Volleyball off to a hot start. They're 8-0 in league, have won a few. Congratulations to the volleyball team for Astoria.
Yeah, they're doing great.
Great season so far as they wind towards the end. 35-15 here at Tillamook, and the Fishermen line up. Shacker calls for it, sends Hawkins in motion, fakes the handoffs, looks on the deep pass, and he's got Gore again. Gore can't shake the second defender, and he'll be tackled at the 20. A great pattern down the right sideline over the defender, finding that spot, and Gore just ran underneath of it. Great hookup again from Shacker and Gore.
Take a 40-yard pass. That'll work.
You're going to line up quick, get back on the ball, and try to run a play. The officials are going to hold things up.
Timeout,
Cheesemakers are going to hold things up. Instead, it'll be a timeout taken by Tillamook as they get reset here with 5:53 on the clock. The Fishermen with a big bomb are down in position at the 20-yard line trying to get another one. We give a lot of credit to these Fishermen for fighting, and they continue to fight here against a very good Tillamook Cheesemaker team.
Yes, they do.
Jumping over to Major League Baseball, the Tigers and Seattle Mariners. The Mariners now with 2 aboard and no outs. They've got runners on first and second
Bring it
And
home.
I'm looking at Crawford, the shortstop, at bat. 0 for 4 on the night with 2 strikeouts. Facing off against Montero, right-hander, with just 1 inning pitched. They are in the bottom of 12, and there is a challenge underway at that game, so we'll leave it at that. Come back here where the Fishermen have 4 wide receivers out. Shacker moves Gore in motion, hands off to Johnson up the middle, who gets stood up and stopped for minimal gain. That defensive front of the Cheesemakers is a tough one to run against.
They sure are.
Yates found a little bit of space early,
5 minutes left to go in the game here. Remember, if you're hungry,
but not much. They have been pretty tight.
101 and First Street, they will feed you. Mention Tillamook football, get you 10% off.
The Fishermen and Cheesemakers battle here with just under 5.5 to go. And the Fishermen now with 2 wide receivers on either side. Shacker looking for the middle, and Gore reaching back, almost tipped away. That ball was a little behind Gore. Gore unable to come up with it. And it'll be an almost an intercepted ball turned into a 3rd and 10. Fishermen trying to make some noise here late in this one with just about 5 minutes to go, 35-15. The Cheesemakers will probably pick up another win and extend their winning streak to 2 after knocking off St. Helens. They'll get ready to face Caboose, then Gladstone Riverdale, and Seaside as the rest of their contests are on the road. Their last home game here at the stadium. Fishermen break the huddle. 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Shacker calls for it, fakes the handoff, looks to the strong side. He's got Hawkins in the middle. Great catch. Great tackle is coming over to make the tackle was Boomer.
First down. See where they mark this.
Really close to the first down.
And it
looks like they're
going to do it. They're moving those sticks.
Moving the sticks, and they may drop them. Is it 1st and 10 from the 10 1/4, turning almost?
They got inches. It looks like they're going to stand them up, so they're going to be
just
got a potential
shy
for another first down, but it ain't going to be by much.
Yeah, it's going to be a tricky first down if you try to get this one.
Just get the 6 and call it.
It is possible. 3 wide receivers to the left. Shacker this time keeps it, goes up the middle. He'll plow forward for a little bit.
About 4.
And he's still on his feet as they push him forward. Let's see where they mark this one. Looks like the officials marking it at about the 8, and it'll be a short gain.
No, they're going to give him, looks like spotting about, they might give him 3 or 4.
And they now drop the sticks, so it is a goal situation. I thought that originally, but
yeah, they were standing
them up, so I had to assume that there was a couple inches left to spare.
Yep.
Gore comes out to the right side, split out. Shacker out a shotgun, has Yates off to his left hip, hands off, and Yates is going to cut up inside. He'll pick up a few yards and get down to maybe the 5.
Great red zone defense by Tillamook.
That defensive front is a tough one to run against, and the Fishermen are trying to do it. They're getting a few yards and a few inches here and there, but that is a tough front to run against. Shacker gets the call from his coach and runs it back into the huddle. 3:20 to go, 35-15. Still 2s between the Mariners and Tigers. Shacker, 1 receiver to the right, 3 to the left. Looks, calls for it. Looks to the left, and he's got Hawkins on the swing, and Tillamook Cheesemakers are right there to handle it. It's going to be a tackle for loss as they try to throw left to Hawkins and try to get him some blockers. He didn't get them.
Do you go for the 6, or do you put it up for 3 here, Rob?
4th and 6.
I think you just go for it.
I think Coach Rube is go for it all.
Yep.
Push the chips in, see what you can come up with, right?
That's right.
3 receivers out to the right, Morrow to the left. Shacker calls for the ball. Gets the snap, rolls out to the strong side, looks, and throws to the corner of the end zone. Tipped away by the defense. Trying to find Winterstein, cutting to the pylon. And it was tipped away. Great job, great defense by the Tillamook Cheesemakers to come in and swipe it away as Winterstein and Shacker were trying to hook up as Shacker was trying to find Winterstein, coming right back to the pylon. Kind of run deep and angle back and go out of bounds at the pylon. See if you can catch that front corner of the end zone. And defender did a great job of breaking on the ball and just swatting it down and getting in the way. So it'll be a turnover on downs. And the Fishermen line up on defense to deal with the Tillamook Cheesemakers with 2:21 to go in the fourth quarter. Handoff up the middle. Going to be a short gain as the Cheesemakers plow ahead, try to get the clock ticking again.
Left side.
And it's going to be just a short gain, I believe. About 2 yards, yard and a half maybe. And the clock rolls, and it looks like Coach Rube is content to not blow the timeouts and extend this one.
Looks like we're going to 13 for the Mariners, Rob.
Extra innings in baseball, and might be able to if I can quickly scramble around and get you to the last catch of that here as we break back to ESPN. Defensive play for the Fishermen. This time hitting the backfield. Garcia gets spun around, and they're going to blow it dead in the backfield, it looks like. So short loss on the play.
Great job, Fishermen.
Defense for the Fishermen with a minute and just 15, over a minute. 15 by the time this snap happens.
They're going to stretch it out.
Good job, Tillamook. We sold out of Mo's clam chowder. Good job, guys.
We got a minute and 2 seconds, and they're still...
Sad news I hear over the public address announcer's booth that on our way out, we're not going to be able to grab a cup of chowder.
No chowder. We'll have to find it at home.
Timeout on the field.
Get a timeout.
53 seconds left on the clock.
Fishermen and Tillamook Cheesemakers knotted here at 35-15. It's been a tough game for the Fishermen against these Cheesemakers, and you know, we knew that coming in, to be perfectly honest with you. We knew these Cheesemakers were going to be a problem. They're a tough team, a tough out, and coming into their house on basically a homecoming and their last home game, we knew it was going to be a tough one, and the Fishermen have tried to fight well.
They've done a great job.
It's a tough team to play against.
They sure are. There's a reason they're number 3. I'd love to watch next week's game against Caboose. We'll get our shot at them, though.
We'll indeed get our shot at them. Just seconds remain here, 53.
And looks like they're going to take another timeout. No, offsides against the Fishermen, so they're going to march that ball forward.
35-15. Cheesemakers and Fishermen battling here. Cheesemakers back with the ball, 3rd and 11. And they run the ball. No, they're going to throw a quick slant, and receiver's going to catch some grass and slide down on his own accord at the 30-yard line just to kill the clock.
The clock keeps ticking.
And Coach Rube is going to allow it. Stall a little for time here as we get ready to close this one out. And it looks like that is going to do it. Both teams reluctant to call a timeout or another play, so that will do it. The Fishermen and the Cheesemakers will wrap up 35-15. The Fishermen unfortunately can't pull a 4-game winning streak out of the hat. They'll get ready to face Seaside and then Caboose and St. Helens to close out their season. The Cheesemakers will get ready to face Caboose, Gladstone, Riverdale, and Seaside, all on the road. We're going to take a quick timeout, hopefully get you out of here early as we hope to get you off to the remainder of the Mariners-Detroit Tigers game as they are in the 13th, tied at 2 apiece. We'll take a quick timeout, wrap things up from here, and get you off to the Mariners and Tigers here on ESPN 106.3.
Car, truck, or SUV? Then look no further than Dane Gouge's Astoria Ford. With hundreds of makes and models to choose from, you're bound to find something you want, including the Ford F-150, best-selling truck in America, 47 years running. Stop by Dane Gouge's Astoria Ford today and take a test drive and find that new vehicle you have always wanted. Whether you're buying, selling, or trading, you always get the best deal at Dane Gouge's Astoria Ford, 1809 Ensign Lane across from Costco Gas, or visit them online at AstoriaFord.net.
The Peter Pan Market and Deli is the perfect place to gather for a quick snack and one of their signature sandwiches before the game. Enjoy covered outdoor seating or sit inside with beers and ciders on tap and wine by the glass. You can relax with friends before heading to the game. Make Peter Pan Market and Deli your morning stop too. Grab a coffee and a bagel or other breakfast treat before work. Order ahead at peterpan2go.com. Peter Pan Market and Deli, 712 Niagara Avenue, Astoria. Your local corner store and more.
Marathon season is just around the corner, so quit running errands and start running for fun with North Coast Runners in Astoria. Stop in for nutrition on the go, info on local running groups, recommendations on where to run on the North Coast, and of course, all the gear you need, including being your Lululemon destination on the coast. Whether you're in Seaside, Napa, Astoria, Warrenton, or anywhere in between, North Coast Runners supports student athletes with available discounts. Check out northcoastrunners.com for more. Lace up and don't stop.
Hi, folks. These sports teams that we follow pride themselves on a long tradition of excellence. The same goes for the place you choose for your home loan. Northwest Lending Group is one of the longest continually operating mortgage lenders in Clatsop County. We've been here over 20 years. I invite you to give us a try. Let us show you how we've earned over 98% customer satisfaction rating. Find us at 1227 Commercial Street in Astoria, by phone at 503-325-4116, or apply online at nwlendinggroup.com.
Northwest Lending Group is an equal housing lender. NMLS 1469420, ML2891.
Be ready for your future with Clatsop Community College. Take college-level classes at CCC while still in high school and transfer them to a university when you're ready. Or take technical education classes to develop your skills to be prepared for in-demand jobs in the region. Clatsop Community College can help you be ready for your future. Contact the admissions office or check out clatsopcc.edu for more information on all the programs and transfer options available. Start here, go anywhere with Clatsop Community College.
Joe's Mobile. Fuel, diesel, groceries, snacks, beer, propane, hunting and fishing licenses, firewood, and so much more. 1701 Marine Drive in Astoria. Coming in, going out, or passing through Astoria, Joe's Mobile is your one stop where the people are friendly and the store is stocked with everything you need. All debit, EBT, and credit accepted. Joe's Mobile. Mobile Synergy Fuel and Diesel. Pump your own 24 hours a day at Joe's Mobile. Wait for it.
At Joe's Mobile.
You're listening to Astoria High School Sports on 106.3 ESPN Radio.
Welcome back here to Doc Adams Field. It is Tillamook where you can find us as the Fishermen fall to the Cheesemakers 35-15. We knew they were going to be a buzzsaw. We knew they were going to be tough, and the Fishermen fought hard but could not quite overcome that powerful offense of the Cheesemakers. The Fishermen struck a few times and hooked up really well. Gore and Shacker hooked up on a couple of big touchdown bombs.
Yeah.
But it just wasn't enough to overcome the Tillamook Cheesemakers. They're a tough team and a tough out, and I can't say that there was a lot of mistakes by the Fishermen. This was just one really good team kind of whooping another pretty good team.
Yeah, exactly.
That's all there is to it.
And they had fresh bodies all night long.
That's just what it was. And we're going to try to get out of here a little bit early, 35-15, because we'd like to take you to the bottom of the 13th inning and get you off to Seattle Mariner Detroit Tigers baseball as they have extended. Now getting ready to go. They're in the top of the 13th with a couple of outs. The Tigers are up to bat. We're going to take a quick timeout and hopefully get you to Seattle Mariner baseball. So stay right here on ESPN 106.3 from Tillamook. It is the Cheesemakers 35-15 over the Astoria Fishermen. We're back on the air Friday against Seaside on the 17th. Tune in and catch it right here on ESPN 106.3.
Clatsop Clash.
Seaside Outlets. Over 100,000 square feet of savings and shopping. Great food for every member of your family. Featuring great names in retail like Nike, Eddie Bauer, Pendleton, Bath & Body Works, Rack Room Shoes, Rue 21, and Carter's. And it's all just a few blocks from the beach. Plus, there's no sales tax.
Seaside Outlets, 1111 North Roosevelt Highway 101 and 12th Avenue. Visit seasideoutlets.com.
Joe's Mobile. Fuel, diesel, groceries, snacks, beer, propane, hunting and fishing licenses, firewood, and so much more. 1701 Marine Drive in Astoria. Coming in, going out, or passing through Astoria, Joe's Mobile is your one stop where the people are friendly and the store is stocked with everything you need. All debit, EBT, and credit accepted. Joe's Mobile. Mobile Synergy fuel and diesel. Pump your own 24 hours a day at Joe's Mobile. Wait for it.
At Joe's Mobile.
Be ready for your future with Clatsop Community College. Take college-level classes at CCC while still in high school and transfer them to a university when you're ready. Or take technical education classes to develop your skills to be prepared for in-demand jobs in the region. Clatsop Community College can help you be ready for your future. Contact the admissions office or check out clatsopcc.edu for more information on all the programs and transfer options available. Start here, go anywhere with Clatsop Community College.
Hungry? Thirsty? Craving something delicious? Get to the Peter Pan Market and Deli in Astoria. They've got your cravings covered, from fresh sandwiches and salads to gourmet coffee and snacks. The deli is stocked with hand-picked ingredients, ensuring the highest quality in every bite. Need groceries? You're covered there too, with a wide selection of necessities and locally sourced products. The Peter Pan Market and Deli at 712 Niagara Avenue in Astoria. Visit online at peterpantogo.com for online ordering options. Taste the difference at Peter Pan Market and Deli.
This broadcast on 106.3 ESPN Radio was brought to you locally by Peter Pan Market and Deli, Astoria Ford, Joe's Mobile, the Seaside Outlets, Northwest Lending Group, Clatsop Community College, Lucky Duct HVAC and Dryer Duct Cleaning, and North Coast Runners Supply. You're tuned in to ESPN Radio on 106.3.